What's going on, everybody? My name is Justin Gaming, and welcome to the sixth episode of Gaming at its Core. Today, we're joined by Blue Danger,
You
Online CHD,
The Witcher 3 is trash.
shut the fuck up.
and Mule Kick Media. Yeah.
Hey, The Witcher 3 is good.
All right, yeah. So, as I said, Gaming at its Core is our weekly slash bi-weekly podcast where we basically cover tons of gaming-related news of the week, and also our own segments that we like to add related to gaming, of course. So, the thing we like to start off with every single week is what has everyone been doing the past week in terms of gaming. So, I'll hand it off to Dan. You can start, actually. So, what have you been playing?
I wonder what he has been playing.
Alright. So, other than playing FIFA, which we all know I do, I did actually go ahead and I brought two games. Since the last podcast, I brought The Witcher 3 and Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year editions because I think The Witcher 3 was like 20 quid, Shadow of Mordor was 10 quid, so I got both. I've played a bit of them. I have played a lot more of Shadow of Mordor only because I just find that game way more addicting to play than The Witcher 3, even though I think The Witcher 3 is a better game. So yeah, I've been mainly playing those three throughout the week. I've played a bit of Uncharted 4 as well, but mainly those two games. So yeah, that's pretty much me. Done.
All right, Blue.
Um, I've been playing a fair bit this week. I played Spelunky. I didn't really like it. I played Limbo. I completed Velocity 2X. But mostly I've been playing The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine expansion, which I just finished a few hours ago, and it's fucking phenomenal.
Good choice.
I bought a load of games that I haven't played yet because obviously the Easter sale was on, so I got the Metro bundle, the two really good first-person shooters. I got Dishonored 1 Definitive Edition. I got Dragon Age Inquisition, and I got Midler Shadow of Mordor and
Yes.
Three Fourths Home. And I actually beat Three Fourths Home. It's a really good indie game. But mostly just Blood and Wine all week and just finished it today. It's a really, really fucking good expansion. But yeah, that's me for the week.
All right, Brandon.
I've been playing some God of War 3, trying to get through that game before, the new one comes out eventually, probably 2018. Been playing some CSGO with Justin, who, by the way, sucks ass at the game. Just FYI.
Nice, man. I'm terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
Just
terrible
joking.
at CS:GO.
Other than that, I don't think I've been playing any more games besides maybe like a quick match of Call of Duty. Yeah.
Bloodborne.
But, yeah, Bloodborne, that's also, yeah. I've been playing
Raging at Bloodborne. Raging at Bloodborne.
Nah. If
Just
you're not,
confirm
if
that,
you're not,
people.
if you don't die at Bloodborne and you're not repeatedly dying, then you're doing something wrong, honestly. But in that,
Yeah, but
I played a little bit of Crash and Saint Trilogy. Yeah, that's a thing. So yeah.
so
And also
raging you were
Injustice 2.
doing.
Oh yeah, you want to explain that, like how you got to play a few of those games
Yeah,
early?
so pretty much I went to like a Comic-Con near my house or downtown, and PlayStation had that like Road to Greatness tour, and I looked online to see what kind of games they had for it, and they said like Disc Jam and like Injustice 2, so I was kind of expecting that. And then I went in and like Crash was like the first thing I saw, and I was just like, boy, this is gonna be great. And I did play it, but the thing was annoying is like you're playing on a TV and kind of like the controllers are kind of like laggy a little bit. So like I don't know, just the connection that a platformer needs to have just wasn't really there. It was hard to play being there. But other than that, just seeing how the game would be, obviously when you have an ideal location like at your house, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to play more of that game. Injustice 2 is just pretty much, kind of like a mixture of Injustice 1 and Mortal Kombat. They did say Farpoint was gonna be there, but they didn't end up having Farpoint there. They didn't get it in time. Instead, they only had like the regular PlayStation VR World games, which honestly, if you've already have PSVR, you don't really care to play those again at like an event, which kind of sucks. I really wanted to try out Farpoint, but yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing though this week. I think, yeah. I did beat Wolfenstein and Titanfall 2. Because it's been like 2 weeks since we did the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a podcast last week, so. All right, yeah. Anyways, for me, if I have to be completely honest, I actually haven't been playing that much PS4 because, let's see. Okay, so the only things I've played on PS4 is I've been playing a bit of Until Dawn. I'm actually almost done the game, so I'm like 3/4 way through. I think I'm probably gonna finish that this weekend.
Mm.
Yeah, and then after that, I'll go for the platinum or something or whatever. But the main reason is simply because I've been playing a lot of CS:GO, as Brennan said. Um, Aside from playing with him, I played with him like once, maybe like 1 or 2 games every night this past week. So on top of that, I've also been playing at school. So yeah, well, it's actually not school; it's like my co-op. But yeah, whatever. Um, I've been playing like 2 games every single day at co-op. But yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically just trying to rank up in CS:GO,
What's your rank? What's your
which I
rank, Justin?
failed to do. I'm the lowest rank. I'm the
What's your rank,
lowest rank
Justin?
possible. Yeah, silver 1. All right, okay. Yeah, I'm not that good. Okay, but to be fair, I did good on like a few games, but a few other games I just did trash. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's me. So yeah, that we can move away from that now. So yeah, the next thing we can talk about is the news of the week. So obviously, the biggest news headline of the week is obviously the reveal of Call of Duty World War II. So, if you guys want to give your quick thoughts about Call of Duty World War II, what you thought about the trailer and stuff like that.
I'll start since
Oh,
I left. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Here
had a
you
huge
go.
debate about this. So yeah, about the trailer.
Yeah. I know what Blue's gonna say about it.
Garbage
All right,
ass trailer.
then.
Garbage ass trailer, but an interesting looking game. That's what you're gonna say.
Yeah, basically.
Really?
That trailer was,
The
a,
trailer
that
wasn't that
trailer was a
bad.
fucking mess, but the game, that little bits he showed, it was decent.
Okay. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I don't know. For Call of Duty campaigns, you kind of know what you're gonna get into. So as long as you see like some footage and you get the location, just like how the game will play. To me, E3 when we get that whole gameplay reveal will probably be like the big moment of like where we pretty much get like the most of what this next Call of Duty will be. I don't think if you guys knew this, I did love. Oh, I love's a weird word, but like I loved Advanced Warfare compared to the other games. It's a really good game. I liked the zombies mode. I liked the multiplayer. The campaign was great as well. I felt like it was like one of the Call of Duties where I really liked every single aspect that they tried to do on. Things like with Treyarch, I didn't really like the campaign. I thought the multiplayer was decent, but the zombies I couldn't get into.
Oh god, I
Seems like
hated
one out of
the
three
Black Ops 3
aspects.
campaign.
Yeah,
Why does
with the
everybody
co-op
fucking
thing and everything.
bitch on the cap? Nah, man.
I thought it was.
Black
I thought it
Okay,
was
so
terrible. I don't
wait,
even
wait
know
your
what
turn.
to
Wait
say.
your
Black
turn.
Ops
Josh.
3 campaign, if you played it solo, actually had
I did play it solo.
an ambitious score. Yeah, but
Well, I haven't
did you
finished
actually
it.
try and research
I
the
haven't
story
finished
as
it
to
yet.
what it was?
You shouldn't have
You
to.
haven't
It's in the
finished it.
fucking game.
It's
You shouldn't have to research it.
it's supposed to tell you, isn't it?
Yeah, but it does tell you. You
Research
just
our
need to
game
look
to
for
find
it.
the true
Mate,
ending.
bro, if you actually slow down the loading title screen on the first level of the game, then it actually tells you what happens, and throughout the game, all the events where you're like, that doesn't make sense.
Still a
It
trash
makes
game.
sense. You just need to actually look at the answers that are in front of you. You just don't see them the first time
I'm
around.
seeing it with that half
Like,
that screen co-op.
If you go online and you search up the story of Black Ops 3, you'll be impressed by what it actually is. Like, it blew me away the first time around because I was like, I finished the game and I'm like, what the fuck is all this stuff? Like, why was the last sequence like a dream thing? Why on earth do you say like John Taylor at the end?
Because when you're making the argument, you got to research it, right? Two things. One, shouldn't have to. It's in the fucking game. You shouldn't have to look it up unless the story's complex. Black Ops 3 was a mindfuck for the sake of being a mindfuck, not in a good way. The same way Bioshock Infinite was, where you have to think about the end, and that wasn't to think about it. You have to fucking research what happened. It's about as shit as Destiny story, and it just
Yeah, but
the
I
campaign
didn't
got
actually go.
sacrificed
It's
for the
it's
sake
not
of
like I
being-
went online and researched the whole thing though. I actually went back and played the game. I didn't look at any of the theory videos online because I didn't want to. I wanted to find it out for myself in the game. I didn't want to have to rely on a third party to give that information to me on another source. I wanted to actually go for it on the game, and that's how I found it out. Not online like most people. I wanted to go over because I knew Treyarch could tell good stories, and I wanted to try and find out what that story was in Black Ops 3. It is good. I'm not saying it's great by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's way too ambitious and way too over complex, but I don't think it deserves to be shat on as much as it does. Like, Treyarch tried something different. I have to commend them for that. Sure, it might have not worked completely, but it was still interesting, just not anywhere near as good as consistent as Black Ops 1 story or even Black Ops 2's. That's all I'm saying.
because the campaign got sacrificed for the sake of having 4-player
Yeah,
co-op, and they just
yeah,
went for a
that was
mindfuck
what I
for the sake
didn't
of a
like.
mindfuck. There's so many plot
Yeah.
holes in that game. It's fucking ridiculous. The fact that you have to actually search up anything about the campaign is ridiculous in itself.
Do you
it
even
should
know
be
the
in the
story
game.
of the campaign?
Why was it co-op to begin with? Like, why?
Because they thought exactly what Dan just said. They were too ambitious for their own good, and they tried something different, and it didn't work. I'm not shitting
Zombies
on them as a
itself is
developer.
co-op.
What?
I said zombies itself is co-op. It's like
Well, no, that's what I mean. There was no reason to make it. It's a fucking single-player campaign. That's the point of it being a single-player campaign, not a fucking 4-player co-op. It weren't as good as the older COD stories, and it certainly weren't even good enough to hold itself up. It's fucking mediocre, and it was all sacrificed for the sake of having co-op. Same way the way most open world game stories are. They just bland, basic. You know what's going to happen for the sake of having 4-player co-op. It's like, what's the fucking point?
Mhm.
And the zombies was fucking garbage unless you bought the DLC.
Yeah.
That was fucking awful.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
fucking awful. Unless you bought
So
the.
I remember.
the-
I remember. I have like maybe like hundreds of hours into Black Ops 2 zombies. And
Yeah, and Black Ops 2
I
zombies weren't even the
hated
best. I
Black Ops
mean,
3
Black Ops 1 was
zombies.
the best. Black Ops 2's multiplayer was fucking phenomenal.
Black Ops 3 Zombies, I didn't like it all.
Fucking
Yeah,
garbage.
the sad part is I actually brought Black Ops 3 Season Pass, and the only map I actually enjoyed was the giant map, just because it was the remake of Derice.
Yeah.
That was the only map I enjoyed from it, and I really do regret buying it, because all the other maps were just so boring and uninteresting.
Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like Advanced Warfare was pretty great in my opinion with like the maps and everything.
Yeah,
in my own
those
opinion.
zombie maps were
I
great,
feel
man.
like they know how to make a fun game while also still like making sure it's quality wise and like having
Yeah.
a balanced game. And I really
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing what they do in that old setting and seeing like I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, they're easily my favorite out of all the COD devs. Past Treyarch. Everybody says Treyarch's the best, but to be honest, it's Sledgehammer.
No, I would say Sledgehammer, and plus with the background they come from, because I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the two lead like designers on the game, like or directors, I can't remember exactly. They used to work at what was it, Visceral, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
they
with
worked
Dead
on
Space.
Dead.
Yeah, they said
Dead
that
Space, yeah.
the World War II Zombies is going to be kind of like their second horror game, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's
Dead
that's
Space,
what I'm really
I wanna
interested
see.
by, because I love Dead Space. I think it's one of my favorite horror games. Like I remember playing that game on the PS3, and it gave me nightmares for weeks.
Yeah.
So if the World War II zombies mode is going to be anything like that, then yeah, I'm definitely interested as to what they'll do with it.
Yeah, they also announced that there's
Or the second or the third. What did you think about the third? The one that got put in for co-op again and just.
Oh,
got
I hated
turned to
that.
shit.
I hate that. It's kind of it just felt like it sacrificed everything that was so good about the campaigns of the first two games, because like admittedly I still like Dead Space 2. I didn't like I wasn't a big fan of the fact they tried to make it more of an action game, but I still liked it. 3, they just completely shit the bed. It felt like EA just had way too much control over the making of that game, like
Jumped
adding
the
in that
mainstream
co-op
for what
element.
it was a survival horror game, not a fucking mainstream
Yeah.
multiplayer game. And
Yeah,
again, another example of a game story and horror elements getting sacrificed for the sake of co-op. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that annoyed me so much.
Yeah. Some more details that they announced about the game is they're going to be kind of doing like a Destiny Tower thing called the headquarters, where like I think
So
they
they're
said,
going
like,
in
the
like
max
MMO
players 40.
aspects.
I don't know. It's like a social hub, kind of like the tower was. I'm not. They haven't really gone into detail yet because this is just a preview event.
Yeah.
I think they said they'll bring it to E3, so we'll probably see footage there. But it's kind of like the Destiny Tower in a way where you can just socialize with some friends. I think they said like 40, 50 players max, so it's like a pretty big area that you could talk to. It's like kind of like a base camp. I'm guessing maybe they'll have like shooting ranges there or something like that. Just thinking of ideas. Trying out new guns, probably. I'm not sure, but yeah, it seems pretty cool. Cool way to like try out DLC weapons, just hang out with some friends, and hopefully they do some pretty cool stuff with it. And it seems like with zombies, multiplayer, and single player campaign, that's just gonna be like a fourth thing you can do, or part of multiplayer. Pretty cool.
Yeah, but COD World War 2 and Destiny 2 are both haven't had like proper gameplay reveals yet.
Yeah.
And obviously they're both going to be shown at Sony's conference. I'm worried that they're going to get a majority of that conference like lineup. Like
I don't
seriously, I'm
think
thinking about this because there's barely any developers left to like come in and be like, we're making a game.
Yeah. What about?
And then you've got these shooters with like exclusively tagged content. Neither of them have had proper gameplay reveals. It kind of seems a bit of a like, all right, Sony's conference is just not going to be up to par. I hope not, though. I hope not.
Out of all the shooters, I don't think we've seen any footage, huh? Because Battlefront 2 hasn't had any really footage, huh?
No.
No.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later, right? So.
Well,
But
yeah,
that
I'm
would
just
be the
saying
EA conference. That wouldn't be Sony's.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? They have like that whole PlayStation partnership with it.
Mm.
Does PlayStation have all 3 of those shooters with like freaking deals?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think.
I think
No,
Yeah,
I
I think they
no,
do.
Battlefront is definitely PlayStation. They had the
Yeah,
logo
I
on
think
it.
they do actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
Damn,
I mean they
son.
kind of need to if they want to go against that Scorpio in terms of third party this fall. I mean I haven't seen what Scorpio has to offer. Nobody has, but yeah, not yet.
Because it doesn't have anything to offer, bro.
Okay.
Not Team
Oh, yeah,
Force
that-
running on a fucking Xbox Scorpio. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah. Other than that, I think the only details left are really that the campaign's not gonna let you regenerate health or something like that. You have to
Yeah,
have
I was
your
about that. I was
squad
like, what the
mates.
fuck?
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
That's true. Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
feel like that goes either way. Like I can feel that really being like a bad addition, but I can also see that being a good addition. if they know how
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I mean, it makes it seem like so all the good players just can't run into the world and be like a a freaking World War II god in the middle of the war, just
Yeah,
shooting.
but how is that going to affect difficulty levels? Because you go on a survival difficulty, it's going to be hard enough on its own, and then you've got like no health regen on any fucking mode. So how's it going to work in the
Yeah.
fucking harder difficulties? It's just going
Well,
to completely buff up the
They have
game.
to, I'm sure they've thought about that, and I hope they have. So, looking
fucking
forward to seeing
hope
what
they
they do with it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure they have. Come on, they're not gonna do something that big for a single player campaign and screw it up. They wouldn't. But yeah, that's pretty much Call of Duty World War II.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. So let's see. Nintendo 2DS XL and Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. So
Well,
No,
one of
you
them's
shit
kind of
about
like
the
a release
2DS.
on the week. Yeah, the 2DS. Honestly, I don't even. That's like another thing where Nintendo does some weird crap, and it's, yeah. I mean, it looks cool, but definitely like if you want to play Nintendo games on the go, just get a Switch now. I mean, there's no point in getting a
Yeah.
2DS. It's like you could either play mobile games or spend $150 more to play the freaking Super Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the go. I kind of know what I would choose on there, but yeah.
I think wouldn't it be better if they just focused on the Switch instead of pushing
Yeah,
like the new
that's the thing.
2DS
Like,
XL?
it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's Nintendo, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
at the moment, the 3DS and 2DS are the highest selling
yeah,
hardware. So
yeah. I mean,
they're
Pokemon
not
like
just going to
sells great
abandon
on
it just
those.
because the Switch is out.
Yeah, it's still like where they
Yeah.
make the most.
Mario Kart looks
And
fucking
yeah,
amazing though.
Mario Kart. Yeah, Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, Mario
Absolutely
Kart 8
can't
Deluxe
Yeah.
looks
I'll,
cool.
I'll always have a special place for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Always.
It looks
I
really
used to
good
play
to
Mario
me.
Kart all the
Yeah.
time.
It looks really good to me because I never played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. So like just having 48 racetracks because it includes all the DLC and everything. 48 racetracks, I think they said, and like 8 battle tracks or something. Just seems like a complete package, and it seems like a no-brainer if you haven't even played Mario Kart 8.
Oh, Mario Kart is the
Definitely
best
looks
Mario
good.
Kart since probably Double Dash.
Yeah, that's pretty big praise.
Yep, it's fucking amazing. And the fact that it's got all the content in is just another reason to buy the Switch for anyone who didn't play it, because I don't think many
Yeah.
people did.
Looks good. I mean, yeah, none of us have played it because we don't own Switches yet. But yeah, cool though, nonetheless. I see it. Like I don't know. It seems like it's already getting great games for the system. I mean, it's a port, but like a lot of people didn't buy the Wii U, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also one more release
Outlast
of the
2
week.
released,
Outlast
yeah.
2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, I have yet to play it because really I'm busy with some games. I never actually played the first one, even though I have it on PlayStation Plus. It's one of those games that I keep forgetting to play because I haven't downloaded it yet. It's just in my
Nah,
library.
you need to
Yeah,
play
I
that.
definitely need to
Really
play
needs
it.
to
Maybe
play.
it's like a summer title. Yeah, I've already seen some footage of it. I remember watching BG play it when it first came out. Hella funny. But yeah, I can't wait to try it.
That's my opinion. I mean, I don't think it's the best horror game ever made. I'm probably with Dan. Silent Hill is, but
Didn't you say it's your favorite horror game ever made? And
favorite horror game, yeah, not best, not best. Because there's so many bits in that game that are actually fucked up. Like that, the whole fucking last 15 minutes of the game is dog shit.
Yeah.
Pure dog shit. Like it makes no sense at all. It's just a complete bollocks ending. But
Mm.
in terms of like a horror game, it's like most horror games just resort to jump scares, and whilst they're in this game, it's like it actually builds up a sense of fear and it builds up to those jump scares. It's not just like fucking Five Nights at Freddy's just throwing shit at your face and expecting you to jump 24/7. In
Yeah.
terms of horror game, it's really good. So Outlast 2, I absolutely can't wait to play. And it just looks, it's what I love about Outlast. It's so fucking weird. It's so fucked up and gory and just, oh, I love it so much. Love it.
Do you know what the
love it,
story
love
is in the new one? Is it going back to that asylum or something?
it. No, I don't know what the fuck the story is about. I haven't looked into it much. I just can't
Yeah,
wait.
I've
No,
kind of
honestly,
just
it's
gone in
probably better to
blindly.
go- yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
I've just gone in blindly on purpose because I probably will get it, but maybe when it's at a reduced price. Just because
Yeah.
at the moment I'm not feeling the urge to get it, but if it goes down in price, then I'll definitely get it just because of how much I loved the first one.
I'll probably
Yeah.
buy it this week. I just need to fucking play Edith Finch first.
I
I
want
mean,
you
I
to
like
live
Resident Evil
stream
4
it.
to play and stuff, and I've heard that game's like one of the best games of all time. So Should wait for
That's
that
more of a
first.
third-person shooter though than a horror game. Everyone talks about it as if it's a horror game. It's really not.
Resident
It's
Evil
more of
4,
Yeah, it's more of a third-person shooter.
Resident Evil 5 is more of like a third-person shooter.
Oh no, that's just a pile of shit. That's what that game is.
Okay.
Fucking despise that shite. Fucking awful. Seriously.
Opinions-
But no, I can't wait for Outlast 2. Absolutely can't wait.
Yeah. Same. So that's pretty much the news of the week, right? Not the
Well,
news
actually,
of the week, but like
there's
pretty
a
much
bit
the
more.
releases.
We have a bit more. We have a bit more.
Yeah,
Edith
There's still
Finch.
what remains of Edith and Finch, which I know
Edith
Blue
Finch.
got. So
that's right. The
Fucking-
indie game.
Oh my god, I can't wait for this game. Absolutely can't.
Oh my god, don't care.
can you get it already?
Yep, bought it. I just finished Blood and Water. I'm just gonna do everything I've got to do in Blood and Water, and then I'll probably play it tomorrow. And it's getting good. It's sat at like an 89 on Metacritic. It looks really good. Giant Sparrow just make really, really good games.
Don't really care for the game because I haven't seen much of it. I haven't seen any
It's
of it
fucking
actually.
amazing. Well, it looks fucking amazing.
What's it about? I just know it's an indie game.
It's what's it called? It's about a family called the Finch family, and basically you're in this house and there's different rooms that tells a story about a different family member, and at the end of every story they die, and it's the different ways that they die, and it's all fucked up, and it's like it's not so much a horror game, just an atmospheric game, kind of similar to, or it looks similar to Gone Home, but a bit more eerie, a bit darker. But yeah, I absolutely can't wait for that game. Absolutely can't wait.
Gone Home was a cool game, but it's kind of weird.
It's so good.
Like it was really good, but like just the way, I don't know, it's just yeah, it was cool though. I liked it, like when you find the audio logs and everything, like the secret rooms is pretty cool. Really fun game. It was unique.
Yep.
Yeah, the PlayStation Plus games also got revealed this week.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
so pissed
here in
off
North
by
America,
this.
we have Abzu and Tales of the Borderland, and I think you
Bullshit.
guys in Europe are like,
Bullshit.
UK, you guys don't have it, right? You have
Bullshit.
You have
Alienation,
Alienation,
right?
yeah, Alienation.
I was so looking forward to Abzu as well. That's what annoyed me so much.
Make
It was a
US
game I wanted
PS
to
Plus,
buy.
Make a US account and get the PS Plus 2-week free trial.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Ah, but no.
And then you
Abzu's
just said it's
so
primary or something.
Yeah, but that requires effort, Blue. Why the fuck couldn't they just make it a Europe release? Fucking benders.
Because we get a fucking amazing Housemarque game instead.
No, I'd rather play Abzu any day of the week than Alien Nation. I'm sorry, but Abzu just interests me way more.
Yeah, Abzu's a better game than Alienation, but Alienation's still a great game. Like, seriously, Housemarque understand gameplay like fuck all else in the industry. Like, seriously, I absolutely can't wait for Next Machina and Matterfall and the third project that they're working on.
No
Seriously, I'd try, if I was you, I'd try out Alienation at least.
Fine, yeah, but
And just make a
It's
US
it's
plus
still-
account.
it just makes me so salty at the fact that they did it, but then it took them like a good wait. How long did it take them to announce like that? Oh yeah, you don't get Abzu in Europe. Wasn't it like an hour or two after the announcement? Like,
Something
to
like
get what
sucks.
games there were. Yeah,
That's
that's what annoyed me so well. I was caught up in the hype for it.
Yeah,
But hey, at least I get Tales of the Borderlands.
that's a good game.
Totally.
I haven't played
totally
that yet, so I
looking
can't wait to play that.
Yeah.
Borderlands 1 and 2.
One of the best Telltale game series. I mean, Walking Dead's still their best because just how good those series are.
Yeah.
In many ways, like the pacing and just the story in those games are even rival to TV show seasons in some part.
It's better
But
than the
definitely-
TV show.
They run like
Yeah.
shit though. They run like complete shit.
Certain,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
And they have no reason to either because they're not exactly ambitious on the gameplay
That's the
level.
thing. One of these podcasts, I want to make a topic about Telltale games because I don't know, just based on how their games are now compared to than they used to be, I feel like it's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
But that's a topic for another day. But Tales from the Borderlands, great game. Definitely, if any of you guys are watching this, obviously you probably have PlayStation Plus. If you're a PlayStation fan, definitely download and give Tales from the Borderlands a try.
And
Even
Abzu,
if it's one of those
fucking
20
back, get
yeah.
Abzu. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm
Journey
glad I
on the
didn't
Wa-
buy
It's
Abzu.
like
I was
Journey
gonna
on
buy
the
that
water,
game.
but with like less fluid controls.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to Abzu.
Its music, its soundtrack is so fucking good. It's unreal.
hmm It looks good. It looked graphically, it looks really cool.
Yeah, it
Some
does.
of the
Really nice aesthetic.
visuals.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play that. I'm so glad I didn't buy that. Because I already have Tales from the Borderlands, and if I buy Abzu already, then I'd have like no games this month. So, it's a good thing.
Mhm.
And yeah, those are PlayStation Plus games. I mean, is it still getting hated on? I didn't really see the reception on like. the
No,
videos.
it got a load of likes, like a lot.
Yeah,
of shit.
more
People
likes
on,
this month.
PS Plus is starting to step up, but to be honest, a few weeks ago I was like, oh, I don't really like PlayStation Plus. Then Brandon obviously said like, well, it's not. It's actually pretty decent. And then I watched the Kind of Funny podcast, and they were saying like, oh, well, actually PS Plus is really good. And I was thinking, hang on, let me just look up what games just came out for PS Plus in the last 3 years. Excuse me. There's so many fucking good ones I didn't even realize. Like seriously, I didn't realize how good the lineup was over the past like fucking 3 years, 2 years alone. Fucking 2015 was such a good year as well. But yeah,
One of the games
PS Plus is still good. And in honesty, as a service, I've completely changed around on that. It's a really, really good service.
Mm.
It's bullshit. It's required for online, but in terms of what you're getting for your money, it's really, really good. I mean, games like Abzu, it's one of those where it's like you wouldn't have bought it otherwise, so you get to play this
Yeah.
amazing game. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, I've really changed my head around this, and it's just looking like it's on the up. I mean, what Little Big Planet 3, Tearaway, Alien Nation, fucking Abzu, Tales of the
Journey.
Borderlands. No, I'm talking about this year.
Wait, didn't Journey come out this year? Or was it end of last year?
No, it was
No, it
last
was
year
last
because we
year, it
got
was last year.
Oh
fucking
yeah.
thing Lords of the Fallen as well that same month.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and then we got NBA 2K16 or something like that. One of the like,
Yeah,
that
that
was,
was
like in the
cool.
summertime. That was a great game.
It came out like in July, I think.
I
Or-
can't stand
No,
that. Yeah.
You know, it sucks. Like one of the months they gave away Binding of Isaac, and I just wasn't like playing games at the time, and I missed that, which sucks.
Oh,
Really
that's such a good
wish I
indie
could've
game.
gotten
That's
that. Yeah,
so
it's such a good. It's like the
good.
old Zelda. Yeah,
Everyone
so good.
praises that game to shit. Fucking hell.
yeah.
But yeah, the PS Plus
I like.
lineup
I,
was
pu-
really
I
good.
pulled up the PlayStation Plus lineup, and it has 8,000 round likes and 2.6K dislikes. It still has quite a bit of hate, which is just the casuals that want to see their
Yeah, I think those are the
freaking
people that want
FIFAs
to
and their
play.
No,
NBAs and
that's
all
just
those
because
games on there.
indie games generally get hated on because they're not AAA. It's like fucking
Yeah.
suck a dick.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. It definitely seems like a better month than last month. I mean, we got drawn to death last month, but I don't know. I haven't really played it in a while because I don't know, just haven't really gripped me. I played it for like the first week or so, first 2 weeks.
It's a David Java game. It's good. It's just that.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I guess if you want to talk about more releases of the week, there is one more thing. Technically, the Prey demo did release.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
downloaded
yeah.
it. No, I'm gonna
Right,
play it
right.
tomorrow.
I still haven't
I
need to
played
try
it.
it out. Yeah, I need to
I'm
try
probably
it.
gonna play it
played
on
the first
Monday.
half an hour to 45 minutes, and it's pretty cool.
How long is the
I
demo?
don't know. It's supposed to be like the opening hour or so.
Oh, damn, really?
Thing is, like, I played Bioshock just recently via the collection, and I still prefer it way over this game. Something about this game just does not grip me at all. Like, the movement feels really clunky or slow, and just like when you're moving, like, there's like a kind of blur to it that makes you really feel like kind of slow and just I don't know, just something
Yeah.
off about the game, and just the way that you pick your weapons and the way that you just combat works and everything just feels off to me. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be buying it. I'm kind of glad there's a demo for it, but yeah, I don't know. I just recently played through Bioshock on the collection, and I still prefer it, even though it's a game from 2007, 10 years ago.
Bioshock's one of the best games ever made. It's fucking unbelievable.
Yep.
Fucking
Yeah.
unbelievably good. Well, I can't wait for Prey. It just looks so fucked up and unique. But the one thing that I pointed out, though, I pointed this out when I first saw the trailer. Oh fuck, the fucking enemy designs look so basic and bland. It's ridiculous. Like they're all just blobs. Like that's it. They're all just black blobs, and that's it. There's no fucking diversity in any of the enemy races. So it's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? But no, I can't wait. I get what you're saying though about if the game mechanics don't feel smooth, because in an FPS like that, Bioshock was really smooth and had really great mechanics. So that's
Yeah.
what Prey needs to have if it's gonna be compared so heavily to Bioshock, and if it's not
It
standing
really
up on
gives
a
you that
gameplay level.
Bioshock kind of thing with System Shock and like,
Yeah,
those
exactly.
kind
So
of
if it's not
because like
standing
you
up
even
on
start
its
with a
own,
wrench. I mean,
yeah,
like how
oh fucking hell, exactly. So if it
Yeah.
can't stand up on its own merits on gameplay wise, then people are gonna start hating on it because they're just 24/7 gonna compare it to Bioshock. But I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful.
I'm not gonna
Mm.
buy it though, just based on what I played. I don't know. It just hasn't gripped me.
May is a fucking huge month. Like seriously,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking huge.
Yeah. Injustice 2. It's gonna be great.
Perception, fucking 30th of May. Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's right. Made by the creators of Bioshock, right?
Ex Bioshock devs, yep. And
Ex-Bioshock.
Farpoint and just oh god,
Yeah.
so many.
I probably won't pick up Farpoint until I wish I could have tried it, but like I don't know. VR is kind of like a thing I have in my living room. It's really annoying to set up and everything with my brother out there.
The campaign's only 4 hours long,
Really? They announced that?
Yep. but it's
$50
fully
game,
playable in
4
co-op,
hours.
so that's
Yeah.
again.
I mean, then again, you see Batman Arkham Knight. That was 1 hour, and how good that was for 1 hour. And like, if they can even do anything as good as that for 4 hours. then
the actual only good part of Arkham Knight that's even slightly great.
Oh no, not Arkham Knight. I meant Arkham VR. I meant sorry.
Oh, Arkham VR.
to VR.
Oh, damn.
That
That
was
would have
only
been a
like
weird
an hour and a half,
transition if
though,
I was
wasn't it?
comparing that to Arkham Knight.
Nah, mate.
Yeah.
Arkham VR is better. We all know this.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
really?
comparing it to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Arkham
I
VR is
don't
great, honestly.
Yeah.
Best VR game, honestly, out there.
Which? Arkham.
Yeah, Arkham VR.
I'd
is
say
definitely the best VR
Battlezone
game.
myself. Battlezone or Until
Battlezone,
Dawn.
really.
Yep.
Yeah,
I fucking
Until Dawn
adore
Rush is
Until
Battlezone.
Battlezone.
Dawn's great. Until Dawn's great. The atmosphere in that game.
And Robinson's
Even-
probably the
even
shittest
freaking-
out of
even
the big
freaking
one.
Logan- But yeah, I think that's been the releases of this week. Anything we're missing? I don't think there is anything.
Nah.
Nope, there isn't.
Or not
think
really a
that's it.
slow week. I mean, it's in between.
It's
Pretty
good.
cool week.
It's good.
No, it's fucking great. Fucking needs a
Yeah.
finish. Hell yeah.
All right, so yeah, since we're getting so many like big first-person shooters this fall with Call of Duty World War II and Destiny 2 and Battlefront 2, of course, we basically decided why not have a segment basically debating on which one you think will be the most successful, I guess, this fall, and which one you think you'll be getting. So,
I already know which is going to be the most successful. Battlefront.
well,
totally.
yeah,
Battlefront by a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Original Battlefront sold like 27 million units. This one's
Yeah.
clearly gonna say if this
People are
one's
saying
any...
Call of Duty, but like, there's no way.
no way is COD this year gonna get 27 million units. No fucking way.
No way.
It won't surpass 10.
Nah.
Yeah.
They've been going down it
how much
like
did,
every year,
how much
haven't
did
they?
Infinite Warfare sell last year?
Infinite Warfare on I don't know what the overall statistics are. I know they're around the what were they around? It was I swear down, it was less than 5 million because I know on
Damn,
PC
really?
Black Ops 3 sold like a few 100,000 copies. Infinite Warfare sold like 20,000. So
Okay.
overall statistics, I would imagine not that high,
hmm
which is bullshit because it's just because of its setting. If that would take COD off that, everyone would praise that game.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't like
Based
Infinite
on what
Warfare.
I've seen so far, I'm not sure what I'd choose. Holy crap! I feel
So
like
which one? Yeah,
we've
which
seen
one do you think
nothing
you're gonna
we've
get? If
seen
you can only
nothing
get
of
one.
Destiny
If
2.
you can
It's
only
so
get
hard
one.
to
Yeah,
see
that's
this
true. That's true. That's true.
because we've legit seen only a CGI trailer. Just based on
Yeah,
what we've seen so
I
far,
mean,
and
E3
given
is
that,
gonna be awesome. We're gonna see so much
Yeah.
at E3, like for each game.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I'm holding off. Like that's why I'm probably gonna hold off which ones I'm gonna buy. Like in my mind, 100% until E3 because I want to see gameplay of these. Like
How
all the
many do you think
CGI
you're gonna
Battlefield
get?
2 is
How many do you think you're gonna get out of the three?
out of the
Do you think
three.
All
any of you will get any of them?
All
Do you
three,
think
yeah.
you'll get all three?
All three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Really?
Even
I'm
Battlefield
gonna
2 's
pre-order. I
last-
think I'm gonna pre-order Destiny. I
Oh.
might. It depends on what we see because again, like Brandon just said, we've only seen a CGI, and even if we see gameplay, I'm kind of like losing faith in Bungie because they showed fucking original Destiny gameplay and it was not unlike the final product.
How BS is it that they announced DLC before we even see gameplay? Like,
I
what the
hated
heck?
that they started announcing season passes before the game's out. It's like, don't no, you mismarketed the first game and you're doing that. That's a really bad business strategy.
It's
Really
crazy how
bad.
late we're gonna see how this game looks. You know, this game's coming out in like early September, which is like 4 months away almost here now. Like just a little over
Yeah,
4 months
well,
away. So
well,
by the time we
that's-
see the full gameplay reveal, it's gonna be less than 4 months to the game, which is honestly crazy. I don't think any like big game like that has been like just revealed gameplay 4 months before. I mean, Fallout 4, I believe they showed off like 5 months before, 5, 6.
6, wasn't it? It was because
Yeah,
it was
about that.
November release, wasn't it? And then it was shown in
Yeah,
E3.
yeah. Damn, I'm really looking forward to seeing that Destiny 2 gameplay reveal since press are gonna be able to play it, but we haven't seen any footage so far. I'd say Call of Duty World War II just based on like the past of Sledgehammer and what
Well,
we've seen and
I've
just how
already
much
got a
there's gonna
beta
be in this
code
game.
for Destiny 2, so I'll try out the beta, see what it's like.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pre-order Destiny 2 just to try out the beta.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well.
Cancel recording.
In terms of which one I'm gonna buy, well, I'm hesitant because I want to say all three, but at the same time, I always try and wait until the week it comes out to see what people are saying about it.
Yeah.
But I know I'm probably gonna pick up Destiny 2, just for the sake of like I play it with all my mates.
Oh,
It's
God.
just one of those games.
Oh shit.
In terms of
Oh,
COD
shit,
World War
yeah.
2, it depends on how good the campaign is. Because I liked Battlefield 1, but it was just never something I really got invested into. Just because I can't, these days I just don't play multiplayer. It's few and far between with the multiplayer game if I play it for like 100 hours anymore. It's more
Okay.
single player games I prefer
People
playing.
watching the podcast are hearing us say "oh shit" and they probably don't know why, but Jaden just joined us to give some context there. Want to introduce yourself?
Go
Jaden,
on,
you want to
Jake.
let yourself be heard?
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Jaden. The Starks. For
Mm.
those who don't know. So yeah,
16-year-old
Jaden. Right now,
gamer.
right now we're talking about Call of Duty World War II versus Destiny 2 and versus Battlefront 2, because this fall's gonna have three big first-person shooters, and we're basically debating which one we're probably gonna be getting and which one we think is gonna be the most successful.
I'm gonna get COD.
Same.
You're gonna
Yeah.
get COD? Are you gonna get Destiny 2 or Battlefront 2?
Nope.
I feel like I'm probably only gonna get one. So I think I think Battlefront 2 could potentially be really good because
I'm not
like,
gonna
they
get
can fix
Battlefront
upon
2.
a lot of the mistakes they did in the first one. Same thing with Destiny 2 though, as well. Like I don't know
Yeah.
though, because like Star Wars Battlefront is like something I never really cared about.
You don't
To
care
me,
about
You know me,
Star Wars,
I,
do you?
you know I don't
Yeah,
care about Star
same,
Wars at all.
actually.
I haven't even watched a single Star Wars movie, so
Exactly.
I
But
like Star Wars.
in terms of Battlefront,
I feel like I should. I feel like I should. I should.
well, if you
Yeah.
get what, but don't
I just
before
feel
you
like
play
you have to put so
Battlefront
much
or
time
hear
into it.
about it, just watch at least one film.
One film.
So
Yeah.
you've got
Just
context.
Just
That's
not the
what I'm doing with
prequels.
Middle Earth. I'm gonna watch Lord of the Rings and then play it, so I've got some
Oh,
context.
you need to watch it. I love Lord of the Rings now.
Yeah.
Really. I'm glad
but
I
in
watched it.
Battlefront 2, I think. I mean, everything that they're saying. I mean, it could just be PR bullshit like the first game, but everything that they're saying, the scrapping season passes, they're including a single player campaign. Everything looks really good. It's taking place in a good time era. The multiplayer is going to have Clone Wars fucking maps and modes and characters and shit. So it's sounding really good, but even if like we see gameplay, it depends on how different the mechanics are. Because I didn't really like the mechanics in Battlefront 1.
They're trash.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I just hope that I hope all three games are good because no one hopes a game's bad. Even if it is COD. But yeah, I can't wait.
Honestly,
I can't wait for all day.
I might not even buy Battlefront 2 if the gameplay is anything like the first one. Battlefront 1 is like one of the worst games I've played in my life. Holy crap.
In your life,
Wow.
fucking
Yeah.
Jesus! It's not. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a
It is
mediocre
a bad
game.
game. It's boring.
No, it's
So
not bad
very
though.
It's not
It feels
bad.
like you're
No,
playing a
bad,
prototype
like-
game. Like the bullets, I mean, it's like freaking like it's just the Star Wars universe the way it is. Like the blasters, it just doesn't feel fun.
Yeah,
to
which is
play.
why
It just feels like I don't know. It doesn't even feel like a game. It just feels boring.
No, it's a boring FPS, but it's certainly not a bad game. It's
Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather play Witcher 3 than I'd rather play Battlefront.
Oh
Which-
shit, that's a
Nah.
roast, man.
That's-
That's a
that's
roast
a
of
lot.
Battlefront. That's saying a lot, man.
Which game did you say?
Battlefront isn't that.
You all know, how he feels
Battlefront.
Or
about
that
The Witcher
boring.
3.
So boring.
For
The
those of you who
Witcher-
don't know watching,
Piss off
basically,
with the Witcher
Brandon.
criticism.
No. Please,
I don't-
guys,
I don't hate
stop
Witcher 3.
stop
I played-
bitching about The Witcher. We need to save this for the next category. Calm down.
Oh yeah, true. Save it.
But yeah,
That's
I
what
hope
it is.
Battlefront's good. I fucking hope it is. But Battlefront 1 wasn't a bad game because a bad game's like unplayable. It's really shitty game. That has at least good aspects of it. Like the map's really big. It looked really good. It was broke. It was unbalanced as fuck in terms of like what the gameplay was, and the mechanics themselves weren't good at all. And it was a really lifeless game. There wasn't much to it. But there was certain aspects that held it up to being like if you're gonna rate it like a 5 or a fucking 6, it's certainly not a bad game. It's just really mediocre.
Yeah.
And it's insane that it sold over 27 million units. That is absolutely crazy.
I'd give the game a
Well, there was
4
like a lot of.
out of
I did remember there was so much hype surrounding Star Wars in 2015 was it when it came out? At the end of 2015. Yeah, there was just so much Star Wars hype with like the movie coming out that
Yeah.
year. It was crazy. It looks like it's gonna be like that again this year with the new one coming out as well. The movie.
That's the
is
thing. Like
talking about.
everything has been confirmed that Battlefront 2 is gonna be better in every single way. The only thing that still hasn't been like given is is the gameplay gonna be better, and that's the one thing that like made Battlefront to me.
Was the gameplay actually bad though? Was it actually bad?
No, it was
like
Wasn't it
hitting the
kind of like didn't it
blasters
take like
when they had to
the
cool down your
Battlefield
weapon? It just
formula?
felt not.
Oh.
It didn't even
Yeah.
feel like Battlefront at all. It didn't feel like Battlefield
No, I
at
mean
all.
Battlefield. No. Well, didn't it feel like Battlefield like taken to a Star Wars setting? That's what like a lot of
No.
people said.
Kind of. Not in
at
terms of
all. Not to
gameplay.
me.
though.
No,
Not in
not in
terms
terms
of
of gameplay.
gameplay.
Yeah, I think in
There was
terms
too
of
many
scale,
little things,
yes.
like
In terms of
the
gameplay, no.
cooldown of the weapons and like the fucking jetpacks and shit that just
To
made
me,
things
that-
like
it
not
couldn't be more
feel like.
different. Like with freaking jetpacks and then having blasters instead of rifles.
No, but that's yeah, but that's not really a complaint with the game. That's a complaint with this. That's down
well,
to
that's
the
a complaint with the
Star Wars
setting. But I'm
universe.
saying that's what I'm saying. It couldn't be more different.
Well, I don't know how they make it different. I mean, in terms of gameplay, it can feel better, certainly. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
better feeling shooters like Battlefield. But it's a different type of universe, the Battlefield. It's not exactly like a military shooter. It's a fucking space sci-fi
Yeah.
shooter. But in terms of gameplay itself, it certainly could feel better. I just don't know if it, like... I don't know how they can fucking change it playing differently. They need to balance it first and foremost. That's the biggest complaint I had. Fucking balance, I think. But, I don't know. I'm hopeful for all three.
You with that Han Solo gun or something.
Yeah, the fucking Han Solo blaster that you can fucking pre-order and get it day one, or play till you're level 5 and then get a load of bullshit.
I think I
Oh,
bought
yeah.
that deluxe edition or something.
Jesus. I remember
Okay.
who's the fucking heroes? Oh no,
I paid
not hero,
$70
villain.
for that game. Holy crap!
The fucking bounty hunter. Someone tell me the bounty hunter in Star Wars.
Oh,
please.
Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett.
Boba Fett.
he was
is
OP.
broken in that
Yeah,
game.
he's
Jesus
OP.
fuck. I've got a video clip of me getting like 23 kills and no deaths and barely taking any deaths. That guy is fucking broken. Like, broken. And you use anyone with a fucking lightsaber and you get fucked. Like, how does that make sense? Play as Luke Skywalker, you get your ass handed to you. And then
Imagine how bad it'll be though if frickin' Jango Fett ends up in the Battlefront 2.
Jesus. This better be balanced out the door. None of this bollocks patching down the line. But I'm hopeful for all three. If I was going to say what I'm most excited for,
Yeah,
it'd
I
be
was gonna
Destiny
say-
2 because it's got the most
Okay.
promise out of all 3 universes. And I know that's big to say considering it's Star Wars, but there's not
I like
much
the
more.
idea.
I don't know.
I like
Yeah, okay.
I like the little hub idea for
What
Call
the
of
MMO
Duty.
aspect, like Destiny.
Yeah, yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Okay,
That-
so
that
how about
looks pretty
this?
cool.
Everyone, for final thoughts, everyone just pick one. Like if you have to pick one
COD.
right now,
Destiny
only
2.
one.
Battlefront 2 will sell better. Personally, I care for COD more right now.
Yeah,
I would
Battlefront.
just choose World War II.
Yeah, Battlefront 2 will sell better.
I mean, I don't see how you can change. I don't see how you could pick Destiny 2 unless you like the first one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because people
I
have seen
fucking did.
CGI
It's just-
trailer.
I liked playing it. It was fun, but it's mediocre. Like if I was to look at it from a critical point of view, it's fucking well mediocre. But oh fuck, that was just my game that I played with mates. So it's just kind of like I don't look at FIFA as some fucking masterpiece, but it's one of those games that I just enjoy playing with friends. You know what I mean? I
Do you think
I put 900 hours into Destiny 1. I don't think it's a great game. That just shows
Okay.
how fucking mediocre it actually is. But I just really had a lot of fun playing it. That's why I'm excited for the second. In
you
terms of
think-
everything else, it's kind of like Battlefront shady as shit because the first one was a disappointment, and COD shady as shit because they've got to nail this fucking setting. So in terms of what game I've got the most faith in, it'd probably be Destiny 2 because they're working from a solid base. Because the gameplay in Destiny 1 is fucking flawless.
Hmm. Do you think it's going to be a lot better than Destiny 1? Do you think they're going to fix it, or do you think it's still going to be mediocre?
It seems to be more story heavy. We haven't seen much, but from what they're talking about, it's more story heavy, which is the exact criticism I had. There was no story, and it should have been story focused. So
Mhm.
from what I'm hearing, yeah, but it's yet to be seen.
I'm glad they're going to be doing the gameplay reveal on the live stream. And yeah, we're going to see a little
I'm
footage.
gonna have
'cause
I
I'm
can't really
allowed to
critique
play
it until I play the beta. The beta will be the big determiner, really.
When do you think that's going to come out? Like June, July, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna come out soon because it can't fucking go out like a month
Yeah,
before.
I hope
the game.
it's June. I hope it's like at E3 week or something like that. That way we can
Probably
just
will
play
be.
it.
The last, I think the Destiny 1 beta was it June 2014 or I don't know.
I think it was. I think it was like right. I think it was like that week of E3 or like the week after, if not.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there, so it'll probably be the same for this.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
So that's cool. All right, so
Destiny
we can
2
move on
has
to
a lot of potential.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have one more final segment, and this is kind of like a personal segment that we added, basically. We're gonna be discussing each of our like games that we think are overrated. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
I didn't do much
all of you.
I didn't do much preparing for that actually.
Same,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
even know
okay.
what to say.
What
I
you know?
don't really
Think of
know
a
what to
game that
say.
springs
I
to
don't
mind that automatically goes, okay, that's overrated. Just first one.
I
That jumps-
want to say part of me wants to say CS:GO
I wouldn't
Okay.
disagree. I would not disagree.
because I feel like a lot of people credit the entirety of the game, and it's just the kind of game it is. I just really don't like it, and I think it's definitely
Okay,
overrated
but I think
to some
you,
degree.
I think you've only played the like.
Like I've spent like
really-
2 hours playing it, and I actually got this one kill streak, despite me lagging, of course. But like I'm not saying it's not a fun game or anything. I just definitely think it's more overrated.
I think you've only played the deathmatch and kill and the.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
something
exactly. You
like
know
that.
what? Because for me, I had the same problem because I played maybe like 20 or 30 hours of only deathmatch and
20 to 30 hours.
what was the other game mode? Deathmatch and
Shit.
CS:GO 7.
what is the other one? I forgot what it's called. Deathmatch and this other one.
Hostage or something.
No, I don't. I have no idea what it's. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, yeah, those are like these game modes that are really like, you play when you start out the game because like once you like actually learn like the the mechanics of the game and like strategize and stuff like that, you see people
yeah.
moving on to like either casual mode where it's basically I think it's 8 versus 8. I think around 8 versus 8.
Okay.
Something
Um,
like that, yeah.
and it's more like elimination style where you basically have to like work more as a team and then like
Right,
yeah
right.
and then like after that there's also competitive that me and Brandon have been playing.
That's the most fun.
Yeah, that's the mode where most people play because there you can like you play you get a rank and stuff and then you basically have to play against people that are around the same rank as you.
Right, right.
It's kind of like Uncharted 4.
I like how this just
I
turned
guess.
into like a freaking teaching what it's.
No, I was about to say. So what else do you think's overrated, Jade?
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't do much preparing, but yeah, I think that's the only game that I really see as overrated.
I'm turning on
Horizon.
my PS4.
You mean because of the popularity, right? Like how there's
Yeah,
so much
it's more about the
attention with it.
popularity, but like I feel like compared to other games, there's not much quality
Horizon?
for
No.
with CS:GO. I find so.
Horizon.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I think CS:GO is really fun when you play more with like.
Yeah, I'm
friends.
sure it is. It definitely is pretty fun. Yeah, I will agree. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Blue, you got anything?
Skyrim. Fucking first thing. Skyrim. Fuck that shit. No,
Yeah.
it's not shit. It's a good game. I just fucking hate it. And it's not. I hate the way it's praised. Like it's the fucking second coming of Christ because it's got so many things that are really bad about it. Like the story, it tries to give you a story and it's just uninteresting because you couldn't give a shit about a single character. I guarantee no one can name me a fucking character in that game. Fucking Emlerith of Tamriel or some bollocks that you've never heard of. Like, no one, the characters in that game are fucking unmemorable. The story in itself is basic. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. The Last of Us has a basic plot, but it's the way it's
Mhm.
told out. This story is just, it's bland, it's basic, but there's no characters to spice it up. is just bland. It's all about you, and you're a faceless avatar. So that doesn't work out. So the story in itself is bad. The fucking gameplay mechanics are so obnoxiously repetitive. Like, I know that's a trait of most games. Most gameplays are repetitive, but this isn't even interesting. This isn't even fun. Repetitive. This is just hold a fucking button to use double electricity that you just spam on enemies until your mana runs out. You run back, you let it recharge, and then you go again. That's it. And if you want to use a weapon, it uses the same fucking animation over and over and over again, the same clunky shit animation. And in terms of the game itself, it doesn't look good because Bethesda. But I'm not a graphics whore, but it doesn't look good by 2012 standards because Bethesda's engine's a pile of shit. The game runs like shit. It's glitchy as all hell. But the reason it's praised as if it's the fucking second coming of Christ is because it gets mod support, and that's the only reason. And it is. I don't give a shit. That is the only reason that it's still talked about to this day. If that game did not have mod support, no one would be talking about it half as much as today. But the reason we can talk about it is because it's got mods to upgrade the graphics, make the game bigger. For some guy spent 2,000 hours making his own game because of mods. That's why it's talked about so much. No one plays the base game of Skyrim anymore because it's fucking mediocre. Fuck off with that game. Anything else? I mean, Overwatch was Glenn
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna
No.
say, I was
Yeah.
gonna say Overwatch.
If anybody's,
it's a
oh my
multiplayer
God,
shooter.
not Overwatch.
Oh, I was
Interesting
gonna say that, I was
gameplay
gonna
innovations,
say
but
that.
it's added into a flooded genre. It's not the
Are you
fucking
serious?
That's
Not
big
Overwatch.
Blinded Robin Gaming fanboys.
fuck off with Overwatch.
Overwatch is an amazing game.
Overwatch is fun. I played that quite a bit.
It's
I still
decent,
get
but
back
it's not
there.
like
It's-
fucking this revolution. Like
Okay,
the
what
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Like when I saw the amount of
I
people
feel
giving it
like
Game of the
it's-
Year, it's like fuck off, man. How the fuck?
It's
does that
definitely
win?
overpopular, I find, but I feel like it's appreciated, right? Because it's very unique.
Well, it won a Game of the Year
gameplay
award.
style.
Do you play it on PC or what?
Well,
'Cause
like,
I
I
mean,
mean,
No, no. I don't play on PC. I only play
PC Master
console.
Race.
I mean that and CS:GO are like PC games in my opinion that like deserve to be played on PC.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think Overwatch is great. Yeah.
A little bit
All
blind.
right. Wow.
Oh.
I'm so now.
Oh, I
Shut
didn't see
the
that one coming.
Fucking mediocre game overrated. There's balls no ways and 95 on
No
it.
way.
Suck my
Nah,
dick.
nah,
It's got
nah,
fucking
nah,
closed
nah,
ass
nah.
garbage controls. Fucking
no.
the main focus is the fucking creativity aspect, and that's it. It's a platformer with shit controls, no precision whatsoever. And it's fucking praised as if it's the fucking revelation of 2008. And if you criticize it, it's not because it's an old game, it's because it's flawed.
Okay, I can agree with you that one's kind of overrated, but two is not.
2 is identical with more stuff, that's it. And 3 is a fucking
I don't see
shit
how one
show.
has a 90 something on Metacritic, but I think it can pass for at least an 80 or higher.
But the
It's a
thing
really
is, I
cool
mean,
game. They know what they're
Yeah.
doing. That's the thing. That's the biggest thing why
Yeah.
I don't like Dreams, is because I don't think they even know what they're trying to do with that game.
no, they
At least
don't
of
at
what
all.
they've shown us. But at least Little Planet kind of had like a focus on what they wanted to do. That you're like the sack person. They have these sack people in the world that you can invite your friends, and then you go into these different worlds and like whatever you meet these characters. Some of them are actually memorable in two, by the way. That I still remember their names to this day, which is kind of shocking. But like just the way that you're a sack boy and you're trying to create things, and just the way that I don't like one as much because like the whole sticker puzzles, but they kind of like did away with that in two a little bit and made it a lot more
And
like
then brought it
puzzling
back in
and just
3. Fucking genius.
3 was back. 3 was bad.
3
again.
was fucking. Oh
3
my
is the most.
god.
3, Little Planet 3, and Star Wars Battlefront are like some of the most overrated, like disappointing games I've ever played on the PS4.
I can't believe how much Sumo Digital shit the bed with Little Big Planet 3. That
Dude,
game
the
was the most
performance,
broken.
It can't even
mess.
run. It can't even run.
It was
well.
broken. I remember I played it on 3, then I played it on 4. Jesus Christ, it was no difference on 4 because you fall through the world so much. The game just glitches 24/7. In terms of my criticism with the whole franchise is that the gameplay is flawed in itself. But if you were to put all 3 games next to each other, other than the fact 3's got a different set of characters, you really couldn't tell the difference from playing all 3 because the gameplay is so like it's fucking identical and it's flawed in itself. That's what I had a big issue
What
with.
were they trying to do with 3? Like, why were there like those other creatures around? It didn't make any sense, honestly.
No, they just introduced characters for the sake of diversity. I always say it focuses on creativity too much because it's still a platformer at heart, and the controls in the creative aspect anyway aren't that good. They're quite finicky. It's hard to fucking make impressive structures when it's like do you remember the tutorials in 3? Like the fucking workshops.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ! It takes fucking hours to learn how to build a tree. Like it's and the fact that this is the target audience is children. There's no way a fucking 6-year-old is gonna make anything that's even playable because it's so fucking like difficult. The controls are finicky, and it's a platform without precision, which is my biggest complaints. Overall, they're all three apart from three.
1 and
shit.
2 are great games.
1 and 2,
Not three.
2 in particular was better. The
2's a great
decent
game.
games, I just don't think they're like the fucking claim to fame that they should have been at all.
2, I think, deserves that. Like 2,
2
like,
more
the
so
praise
than
has been
1.
given.
2
Yeah,
more so
1,
than 1,
but 1 had, I don't know, 1 had like the soundtrack was so good in that game. Like I feel like 2 only had
Yeah.
like one really good soundtrack to it, and that was Sleepyhead. But like
I'll agree, no,
1, just
Little Big
listening for the
Planet has a really good
soundtrack, had a
soundtrack.
really good soundtrack, the charm to it, just the amount of fun you could have with friends back in the day in 2008. Like back until I really got into Uncharted. It's just a fun game on the PS3, one of the best.
It's fun.
exclusives.
I just wouldn't say it's one of the best, and it's certainly not. I mean, I know rating scores are quite bullshit, but there's no way it stands
Well, I'm not even
alongside The
looking at
Last of
objective,
Us.
I'm just saying how I played it in my personal experience. Obviously,
Yeah,
this
no,
game's
there's
not
a
like
fun
gonna be.
factor. It is. It's fun. I remember playing Little Big Planet 2 on co-op quite a bit on the community levels because the community surrounding that game is really good. I don't think it's a bad game by any means. I just think 1's mediocre, 2's a significantly better game, 3's pretty much garbage because it
Yeah.
doesn't run and it's unplayable. So that is a bad game.
I
I
wish-
just don't think
True.
1 and 2 are like the fucking masterpieces of the generation that you can look back and say, look at the PS3 and think Little
I-
Big Planet.
Yeah, I think it could be one
I
of
mean,
those
I
games. That's like the
guess.
head mark. I mean, Sackboy was like the longest
me
time in
too.
Europe, like one of the head spaces. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a mascot for the
But-
PS3 over Nathan Drake, and the
yeah,
PS3
yeah.
was dead in the water and Little
For
Big
Europe.
Planet 2
For
like,
Europe, yeah. He was for Europe and Gamescom.
Mhm.
That whole thing. Yeah. I think he deserves it. I don't know. It's a great game. I love those games. They're so much fun to play. Just with
Certainly
friends.
good.
I don't know.
I
That's
just
some like
think
some. I've had more memories playing that game than I did like Last of Us multiplayer. And much as I've just playing those games is way more fun.
yeah.
In my opinion, in some certain aspects.
But
Just
it's one
really
of those
good
games that
gaming
you look back
memories.
and think that's like
Yeah.
childhood material. That's
But-
wasn't really
yeah.
childhood material. It's more like
Moving,
just
moving
go-
on to
Yeah,
my
that's true,
moving
that's
on to
true.
my overrated games. Looking at my collection, there is one game that stands out as like a game I
Witcher
really
3.
couldn't get into. No, not Witcher 3.
No,
Witcher
Witcher
3,
3, I wanna have
I'm
Witcher 3.
actually enjoying Witcher 3. Actually, I'm just giving blue crap for that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But going into a game that like was highly praised last year that I really didn't get into much was Doom. Like Doom, by all means,
Really?
is just a freaking shooting
What?
gallery all the
Ooh.
way through.
Yeah.
No, the gameplay looks so cool. I haven't
Like, I
had
don't
the
know, I
chance
just-
to play it, but
When I was
like,
trying to beat the game, I don't know, it just kept going. Like it was fun gameplay and it was really fun and satisfying.
right, yeah.
But that's all you did in the game. And while it did that perfectly, it's just not like it was hard. Like, you know, I'm like, as I said to you guys before, like I'm a really big person on pacing. Like I like
Mm.
playing games that I want to play in the moment.
Mhm.
At like if I like a game that's just gonna like pretty much I like playing
Yeah,
games that
that's
have
true.
like that are enjoyment and just like going through each level in Doom. While it's a great game, I'd probably give it like a 7 or an 8. I would not give it to like 10 out of 10s and a 9 out of 10s or
Yeah, probably
sort
not.
of thing.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
true.
just-
That's true.
yeah.
Well, I
It
think
just
that
was
was
a
the
whole
kind of
complete
thing,
shooting
but it's
gallery.
kind of like a well-recognized brand because Doom's obviously
Yeah.
the original fucking
Yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
first
Well,
person shooter.
I'm not hating on the game. I'm just saying a personal experience. It's just not. It's hard to say overrated if it's overrated, but I just feel like the praise it got and everything.
Are you
like,
talking
it was-
about
I
the
was surprised.
last year's one or the fucking original? Are you talking about the
I'm
last year's one?
talking about 2016, dude.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
I
yeah.
think in terms of the 2016 one, I thought the gameplay was fluid as all fuck. I think Bethesda hit it out the ballpark last year with
Oh, it was a
Like-
good. It was a great game, like with the 60 frames per second, but just
Mm.
the way that it just wasn't. I don't know. It was just
No,
a
it wasn't a
complete
fucking
shooting
masterpiece by
gallery.
any stretch of the imagination. No way. It wasn't, but it was a fucking really great game. It was a really good game.
Trying to think of any other games that are overrated. I mean, there's been some games I didn't really get into as much as other people, but I wouldn't say they're overrated really. I don't know. Is there? I mean, Battlefront, that was not overrated because I think everybody hates that game. I don't know. It's really hard to pick a game that I don't like that other people praise.
Any of the Far Cry games? Any at all?
I mean, Far Cry 4, I can't get into that one at all.
Fallout at all? I thought Fallout 3 was quite overrated. I thought New Vegas was way,
Yeah.
way better.
Fallout 4, I couldn't really get into that
Yeah.
game much. I was really hyped for it, but I never really could get into it when it came out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
that
like
was
Fallout
overrated,
4
though.
and
That
Far
was
Cry
more like
4.
dumb disappointed.
Far Cry 4 is the game that
Yeah, I don't
feels
think
just
it's.
like
Yeah,
3,
I
but
don't
in a
know if it's
worse setting with
overrated
worse
though, because I think
characters.
the thing is with Far Cry 4 that I don't think there's that many people who actually think that it's better than 3 or think that it's like a great game.
No,
So
it's
I
more
don't know
Far
what-
Cry. That's what they see it as.
Yeah. So I don't know whether I could say it's overrated. No.
Spelunky is an indie game that's overrated as all. Fucking awful platformer. You suck a dick. One of the best indie games.
Oh yeah, Rocket League.
Oh fuck.
You think
Oh,
that's
no.
overrated?
Brought up in the
That's kind of
games.
like an
I
overrated game.
definitely-
Well, just
it
based on
is.
No,
the
but I
gameplay.
feel like didn't it only really like I feel like didn't the hype was there at the beginning when it first
Yeah.
released on PS Plus, of course, but I think it's slowed down now, honestly.
It did. You're
Down now
right.
is
It
big.
did. That's true.
It's still
That's true.
rising.
Like they still
they're
try to
growing
they
the
still
game.
try to update it every once in a while with like new
Yeah, but
modes and stuff and new maps and stuff, but I don't think it's that big
it's not going to
nowadays, is
convince
it?
me. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
it is.
Yeah.
I
It
don't know what
still
you're
is
on about. I
big.
think no. I was watching an interview and the guy says that their numbers, their highest, No, no. That's what I'm trying to say. They're growing in their numbers. Like their highest peak of players online keeps growing each month.
Oh
People
my
keep
gosh. I
buying
don't know
more.
why.
Actually? What?
Yeah,
Really?
they
I
said
don't know
that
why
they're
people
selling more
like that
copies.
game
They're
so
they're
much.
growing more fast right now than they were back in PlayStation Plus.
Okay.
Oh. Alright, okay, never
That's not a
mind
good
then.
And it's shocking. And their highest peak is like growing every single month. Like it keeps getting passed on the record.
Oh, okay. Alright, well that's cool. I mean, I think it's a cool game. I just think that
It's just the way, like,
it
it's so
gets a
hard
bit
to navigate the ball
repetitive.
Yeah.
into the freaking net. It's just like
Exactly.
how
Like
it's so hard to hit it in.
Okay, well,
It
that's
just
not
makes
really
it
a
like
complaint for the
I
game
know.
being bad,
Well,
is
I
it?
know. Yeah, that's true.
Well,
That's
it
true.
kind of
But
is
like,
because to me, because just it's I don't know. It's I don't.
because when people
Maybe
like
it's just because
praise
you're
it,
bad at the game.
no. Because when people
Maybe you're just
praise
shit.
it,
Yeah.
right?
I
Like
win my game
I'm sick
on
of the
that game.
game.
I know when to hit it now, but I just feel like the game, just the way it is. I don't know if
yeah, I agree with you, Brendan.
I
do.
just set comparing it to the reception it has.
Yeah.
I just
Maybe
think
it's just
really,
it's
I think
like
the
soccer
thing
and
we're
like
saying
a
about
FIFA
the
thing, it's just casuals.
Yeah, I
exactly.
think it was kind of aimed at a casual market. That's what Mike Bithell says how to do, and it was one of those games that like no. The reason it's so praised is because indie games aren't expected to be that good, like AAA games are. So when people saw that Rocket League and Journey and all these different games like turned out to be really good, that's why they got praised. But in terms of the game being overrated, I wouldn't necessarily call it overrated, because no one really claims it to be the masterpiece that are like a fucking revelation. Everyone just sort of like really enjoyed the game and gave Mike Bithell a lot of praise for it. And obviously, like you're saying, it's growing all the time because the casual audience is like, it's football, it's racing, it's the two most casual genres, sport and racing combined. That's why it's probably doing well. In terms of gameplay controls, I think it's really good. It's really solid, really smooth. In terms of what you're saying about in the ball into the net, I think that was kind of the intention. It's meant to be like a fucking frantic, fun racing sports game type of thing. I think that's the intention that Mike set out with. But I think it's a really good game. I wouldn't necessarily call it overrated by much. Slightly, yes. It's not exactly like some fucking masterpiece or anything, but I don't think many people claim it to be. I think they just claim it to be a really good game. And it's what just when people talk about indie games, they talk about Rocket League. When people talk about best games, they don't talk about Rocket League. That's the thing. It's seen as a really good indie game, not a really good fucking mainstream game. It's considered an indie game, not a fucking massive.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Massive
like
game.
based on personal enjoyment of the game. Like I haven't really been able to play. Like when I think of a game I want to play with some friends and just relax, I don't like Rocket League doesn't come to my mind, even though
No.
like,
Yeah.
it does.
No, not
Like
at
I'd
all.
rather play something else than just I mean I can see
Mhm.
why it's really like especially when you just play like in a private match with some friends. It, like Blue was saying, it's like a frantic. Let's try to hit it in like part of the game. The way it's fun is the way that like people accidentally hit their own ball into their ball, but like hit their own ball into their own net and just like the way it's supposed to be frantic, fun, and just like a whole kind of like party game with some.
And they really supported that game. Like, fuck, I have massive respect for Mike for like how much effort he put into the post launch of that game.
Yeah.
Mike Bithell makes really great games. Really does.
Hmm.
Dan, what are your overrated? Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry, Dan. I have to piss you off. But the Shadow of the Colossus and Ico are both overrated. I'm so sorry.
I hate you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Both of them have shite gameplay controls, but the
They have,
story's full.
nah,
I like
mate,
those
nah,
games.
mate. The emotional impact of them stories. Sure, the gameplay doesn't hold up, but the impact
No,
of
it
those
doesn't.
stories that they had on me. I'm sorry, but there's a reason that I think that Shadow of the Colossus is probably one of my top 3 favorite games.
Colossus is
Yeah,
well
maybe
better than
just
Ico.
didn't
Ico's
Yeah.
certainly overrated as fuck.
Yeah.
As fuck. But the stories in both those games are excellent. I just think from a gameplay perspective, they're both pretty shit. I haven't played Last Guardian yet, and that seems to be everyone's complaint with that game. It's just
That game's good.
that game
Yeah.
was botched as fuck though in terms of development. Jesus Christ, and it flopped in sales. But I mean, those two games are just like shite mechanically, but really good story wise. The stories hold those games up.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I just don't think that there's fucking. It's not granted. There's like these 10 out of 10 games if the gameplay's so fucking flawed like they are. And Ico's certainly overrated. Shadow's a lot better than Ico.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I haven't
Yeah, what are
played
your
Shadow of the
overrated
Colossus
genres?
that much. I mean, I remember like playing as a little kid a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, I know that's much.
I better get on to mine. I think I've really got 5 that I want to mention because honestly, I can't really decide between them, which I think is more overrated. So I'm just gonna go through them.
16.
Nah, mate.
FIFA 15 and 16 we should get 7.
I'm sorry,
Every
those are
si-
underrated
every
games to
single
me.
FIFA other than FIFA 13, that's the only decent one.
14 was alright with the World Cup game.
Nah, mate. 14 was shit. 14
No,
was
it got better over time. It weren't as good as 13, but they took pace away, which I didn't like because I love being so overpowered with Benzema up front in 13.
Nah, I didn't like 14. But that's a completely different subject. I don't want to fucking talk about FIFA. I could sit here for hours talking about FIFA, so I don't want to talk about that. I'd say my games. First one I'd probably throw out is Overwatch. I think that's overrated as fuck.
Yes.
I mean,
No, it is
that game
not.
does
so,
not deserve all them
Yes.
freaking Game of the Year nominations. I am
I
so
don't think so
sorry.
either.
How the
Game,
hell
I-
IGN gave it the Game of the Year? They must have had some just fucking fat as hell
Yeah, that I
PC
didn't
Master
agree with,
Race
actually.
players.
Because
Like,
Game of the Year awards generally with the big
But-
publishers aren't
Yeah.
really won on
yeah,
especially the VGAs. The VGAs are completely a mass vote. It's not in terms of what game's the best. Because Uncharted 4 and Inside shit
But
on
probably-
Overwatch.
yeah. Those
Shit's
games,
all over it.
those games should have won so many awards that Overwatch won. It
That's
was
the thing.
Well,
crazy.
didn't Uncharted 4 win more Game of the Year awards
I
than
don't
Overwatch
think
in total?
Yeah, it does-
I don't
yeah,
think Overwatch should have won Game of the Year, but I
Yeah,
don't
well,
think
okay,
it's
then.
overrated.
Yeah, I think it's
I don't,
overrated.
Game
I
of
don't
the
think
Year.
it should have won Game of the Year, but I could see
Game of the
why
Year.
it won Game of the Year.
No,
Like,
Yeah,
some people,
no.
so many of my friends
Nah,
are addicted to that game. That
it's-
game's really fun. The post-launch
an-
content that they're still supporting
yeah.
the game. The way that multiplayer is like really
Exactly.
balanced and everything, and they're like keeping
It's-
up to date with that
it
game.
is.
nah.
And the
Yeah.
fact that it's really
And
fun
it
to
has
play.
a unique
If you-
concept.
Wait, Justin,
It's a
Dan,
what?
Very
Andrew,
cool.
A
Did you
unique
all play it?
concept. Get the fuck out of here. It's a fucking first-person shooter with some shitty-ass characters that are supposed to appeal to like fucking kids. I'm sorry. I am sorry. These characters are not characters that you will
What?
remember.
How
I
could
guarantee
you
you, 10 years
say
time,
that?
you will not remember these characters
Oh
like you remember
my
characters like Nathan Drake, like Joel, like Ellie, like any of these characters in
Guys.
games
Well,
with a decent
that's
story.
the series,
God.
right?
I don't-
So that's meant to kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
dog.
yeah, I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah,
these
sure,
these
go ahead.
multiplayer
It's
these
for different
multiplayer-centric
people.
games.
You guys are obviously gonna like Inside and Uncharted 4 over Overwatch, which I even do too. But I can recognize
Mhm.
that a lot of people liked it because I've seen it
Yeah.
firsthand. A lot of people get addicted to that game, and it's not a story game, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve to be Game
Yeah,
of the
but
Year.
I just
That's true.
where
I
where
mean,
is
it's a
the
really
where
good game.
where is the
So many people
memorability in
have
that?
lost hours
wh-
into that game.
Yeah, but where is the memorability in
so
the
wait.
impact that the game will
The
have
fun
on you?
matches you have
Games
with
are
your
supposed to
friends.
have
I was gonna
impact
say that.
But
on
like
you.
games
Exactly.
aren't meant to have like that kind of impact. Games are meant to be
It
fun,
could.
right? And that's what
Ah.
Overwatch
CS:GO is one of my favorite
accomplishes.
games of all time, and
Yeah,
that's because
okay.
of how much fun it is to play with your friends.
Okay.
Like
No,
I
but
get what
for
you're
me, I
saying,
think-
Dan, but at the same time, like
The
games
thing
are
is, with
different- it's a
Overwatch, the
different
reason
game.
that it won Game of the Year and the reason that so many outlets like gave it Game of the Year is because it's always based on mass appeal. And the thing is, what you got to look at is Inside is for a specific audience. Inside is aimed
Yeah,
at people who love
true,
indie games,
true.
who love that type of game. Uncharted is for the people who love story-driven games because not even though Uncharted is phenomenal. If people enjoy open world games more, they're not going to like Uncharted no matter how good it is. And because Overwatch is coming out in such a popular genre and so many people respect it, and it was harder for that. Let's not forget, Uncharted's series is fucking phenomenal. Inside is an indie game. Limbo was already amazing. So both those games are coming off the back of great games. Whereas Overwatch was like an out the blue by Blizzard, and coming out in such a flooded genre to even stand out in the remotest sense is worth praising in itself. And the fact that it did it to such an extent and it was such a supported game, and it, like Jaden said, it was a unique concept. They had so many characters that boosted the gameplay variety and the diversity of that game.
Mhm.
That's why it won Game of the Year. And I think in terms of VGAs, that's a complete popularity vote. That's not an indication of a game's quality.
I
But
thought it was the
Overwatch
studios that-
appeals to the most amount of people, whereas Uncharted and Inside just don't. That's why it won more
Yeah.
Game of the Years.
Well said, Blue. Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
stopped-
feel like for me, the thing I look at, like, if I want to look at like a Game of the Year contenders, like something that has like a lasting impact on me,
Hmm.
and I just feel like
Uh-huh.
a game like Overwatch, I don't know, it's like it's kind of
It's
hard
not,
to explain,
it's
but I
not
just
meant
feel
to be
like
that type of game. No, that's the thing. It's not. But it's definitely. I don't think it's definitely worthy of Game of the Year in terms of a quality perspective in comparison to Inside and Uncharted. But in terms of it coming out in such a flooded genre and to still stand out, I think that's why it won. Because it's still a great game. I think it's overrated. Because I
Yeah.
don't think it's a
it's
revolution.
still a good game. I still
But
think
it
it's a good game.
it stood out in such a flooded genre, which is why it won or got so much appraisal.
Yeah. Oh man, and we haven't even gotten into all the other games I think are fucking overrated. I'm just
Oh, yeah, what are
I'm just
your-
gonna throw them out.
Oh,
GTA
God.
5 overrated. I think that game has way
Ooh,
too
GTA
many
5.
critics sucking its cock. So yeah, that game's overrated.
Wait, did you
Skyrim,
just say GTA 5?
GTA 5.
Yep.
I'm,
Oh, no.
oh, did I
Okay.
offend the great almighty GTA 5? Did I just go
GTA
against
5
you?
has a better story than all the Uncharted games.
Yeah,
It
so you can
does,
shut the
it
fuck
does
up,
Let's not
Jaden.
forget that. Let's
I'm
not
sorry.
forget that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but GTA 5 it is overrated. I think GTA 4 is better. San Andreas and Vice City shit on GTA 5. I mean,
San Andreas sucks.
Completely agree.
honestly. I've been playing that game. It's just
Vice
so hard to
City
play.
will always be the best GTA for me. I just don't see
yep,
how they're going
100%.
to get a game that will revolutionize as much as that did at the time.
Big Smoke.
Yeah.
San Andreas is more of a revolution because San Andreas focuses on size of an open world,
Yeah.
which wasn't a common
But I
trait
just
of
preferred
PS2
Vice
games.
City because of that setting. The setting made it so memorable. Like
Yeah, Vice City was more of a. It was kind of like San Andreas stood out because it was the biggest game and it was it came before Vice City.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Did
Yeah,
it?
exactly. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
stood out. It stood out before Vice City. Vice City was basically San Andreas was a bit sparse in terms of content, but it was
Yeah.
a huge game. Whereas Vice City was like packed with content. That's why I think it's the best GTA. Because
Yeah.
it took what worked with San Andreas and then just gave it a fuck ton of content.
Mm.
That's why it's the best GTA in my opinion. Then 4, then San Andreas.
San Andreas, man, that game's just boring. Like you just go out for like 5 minutes on like a freaking drive to go somewhere, and you just drive back home at the end of the day. It's just like, come on, where's the funness in the game? It's not fun at all. And when you look at GTA 5 and like the way it's supposed to be like this big old, Grand Theft Auto type of game, where you're supposed to be going on these grand
Yeah.
heists and everything, just seeing the amount of like cool, like I wouldn't say set pieces, but like big cool moments in GTA 5, like
Yeah.
when the kid's being stolen on that boat and you have to go drive your car underneath the crane and he's like hanging on and dangling down like this.
Oh yeah, that was so amazing. Oh
I
my
played this
God,
game
yeah.
like without like looking at the internet or anything like that, just having
Yeah,
pure fun on the
same.
game, and I had a blast at that game. And just I don't know, I don't see it I don't see it overrated at all. The online I can see
Neither do
overrated.
I.
That game's such a grind and so stupid. Online is just
Got
BS.
fucked
But
community
for
as
the
well.
but for the single
Go-
player and everything, like the single player in that game, I thought was pretty good. And the way
It was great. Yeah.
awesome. Like
In terms
what
of the
game
plot though,
plays
the plot
multiplayer
was really
at once?
shit.
Yeah,
I
the
thought
plot- the
I
plot
thought
was
the
shit,
characters and what
yeah.
made that story stand out. The three characters and the fucking hell, the diversity between the characters is what made the game stand out. I don't think it was necessarily the
The
plot of the
characters are
story
good.
itself. All about the characters.
I thought
That's why I liked GTA 5. I thought it was fantastic. I just don't think
I
it's.
feel like
a
I feel like I
Telltale
know each three
masterpiece.
characters, like what they're trying to do. Like you could just label them as like certain people. Like you just know their whole vibe and like what
Yeah,
their intentions are,
exactly.
what they think is right.
because they're so
But, like,
different, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they have their own different story, and you can, in
I mean,
many,
it tells three
in some
stories
cases,
all in one. It's really cool, and I
Yeah.
feel like it's like the only game that's ever done that where you could transfer between each character and go on different missions.
yeah,
Truly, like each person in that conversation when they all get together, each character. And, like just near the final
Exactly,
act of the
yeah.
game just makes
Well,
it.
yeah, but
just
the actual
complete, I feel
story
like.
that's
Oh.
it's
and then you
set-
have to, like choose who you're gonna kill and stuff. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It was really cool. I liked. It was a good game. Honestly.
I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't think
even
it
playing through
deserves
it
like
again
the
right
10
now,
out of
and it's fun.
10s.
Yeah, but if you put Red Dead side by
Yeah.
side, what do you think?
Yeah,
Red
shits
Dead
on
is
it.
so
Shits
much
on it.
better.
But
I'm
we're
sorry,
not
GTA
comparing
is great,
it to
but Red
Dead.
Dead's so much
We're
better.
not comparing it to Red Dead. We're talking about overrated games.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying.
And the-
I'm saying in terms
in
of like
terms-
how good GTA is, it is overrated in
Yeah.
the sense that it's not the best open world game that Rockstar have ever made.
Yeah.
Red Dead is.
Yeah, and then
so much.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
and
I
then-
haven't played Red Dead, so.
Most played games ever.
exactly. Then I'll try to
I
think
hope
of
Red
any.
Dead 2 will be awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it. So can't wait.
Yeah, I
Justin,
mean,
did you play GTA 5?
I didn't finish it.
no.
Well,
Yeah.
I could still go back to it if I wanted to.
Yeah.
It's worth it. I'm telling you, it's definitely worth it in my
Nah,
opinion.
nah,
I
bro.
think it
Nah,
is.
bro. Nah, bro. Nah.
What's your next
The
one?
story.
Next
I
one.
still want to play more of it, but it's just that it's that I only have it on
Yeah.
PS3. That I don't know if I really want to go back and.
Yeah.
Get it on PS4. Oh,
Yeah, I'm not paying like $40 for it.
that's true. That
Yeah.
game still sells well to this day, which is crazy. I
Yeah.
could see what you mean. I could see what how you mean. Like this game even is like in the top 10 to this day.
Yeah.
I could see why you say that's not really a cannibal.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really
Yeah.
make sense. But I feel like it's a good game and it's a great game, honestly.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, and then
But yeah.
I'll probably say another one is Skyrim. But we've already talked about that. I think that's overrated
Fuck
as
that
well.
game.
I really don't like that. And then the next two are going to both be Arkham games. And the two Arkham games
Oh.
I'm very vocal of. Arkham City, I think, is disappointing. I don't understand why people
Yep.
think it's like the greatest great
No,
superhero
it's
game
not,
ever made.
Not at all.
Yeah, the open world setting, it just lost it for me. I prefer Asylum in almost every single way, to be perfectly honest. I think the only way City improved was on the combat. But even then, I kind of felt like the combat was a bit too easy in City. They kind of made it a bit too easy. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but I just got that feeling. And like, just the whole game in general, the fucking middle act of Arkham City is
Yeah.
awful. They drag it out for way too long. Just like you get injected with Joker's blood. You have to move from location to location, and literally, it's just used as a plot device to get from one location to another to experience the whole map. it's just so infuriating and also the game just can't decide who's supposed to be the main fucking villain. Is it the Joker? Is it Hugo Strange? Is it Ra's al Ghul? Never makes it clear once, and it's just like you're left with these two villains that are completely undeveloped, and then with one that stands out, but he has barely any screen time. Like, I just don't enjoy that game at all. Arkham Asylum was way better, and then the other one is the Arkham game I love to shit on the most. That's, of course, Arkham Knight. Everybody knows how I feel about that. That, for me, is a 7 out of 10. I was so disappointed with that game when it came out. The Batmobile is the biggest problem with the game. It had way too much of a focus, too much fucking Batmobile. The story, yet again, was dragged out, felt way too similar to Arkham City's. It literally became nothing more than a Batman vs. Joker game again. Scarecrow had no relevance to the game. He was barely in it. The Arkham Knight was a shit villain, and his reveal was just so damn predictable. Like, anybody who had picked up or even seen a Batman comic would have known straight from the beginning of the game. Yeah. Like, I even called it before the game released just based on the Arkham Knight comics. Like, it was so obvious. And just the ending was just complete. It was a complete middle finger. It gives no satisfying conclusion. And just the freaking boss battles, the side missions. Oh my god. And the freaking DLC, man. Oh my god. The DLC for that game is absolutely awful. Like, the only one that is actually slightly good was the last one, which I think was the Season of Infamy. That was it. The rest was awful. A complete waste of money.
I think, though, we're talking about overrated games. I wouldn't necessarily throw Arkham Knight in. I think that's more of a disappointing game than an overrated game, because my idea, from what I'm seeing, is the mass opinion on that game is that it was disappointing. So I wouldn't necessarily call it overrated, but
it's just that what the weird thing is that whenever I talk to my friends about it, they always talk about it like saying, I even have friends that think it is the best Arkham game by a long shot.
Oh, what? No, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I have one, and I have one, and I love to call him Casual Jake because he has literally the most retarded reasons as to why he thinks the game is great, and he basically has this mass amount of friends that think Arkham Knight is the best Arkham game. And bear in mind, this is a guy who says the best Assassin's Creed game is Assassin's Creed Unity. Just bear that in mind, people. Like, this is how much of a casual he is, and like,
Unity's like near the bottom.
How could I forget that? Jesus Christ! Assassin's Creed, the whole franchise is overrated. Fuck Assassin's Creed. Seriously?
I mean, number 2
That's
is
true,
good.
actually.
Assassin's Creed 2.
I still think 2 is one of my
Assassin's Creed
top
4
10 favorite games of all
Rest are
time.
okay. Brotherhood and Revelation, I forgot which happened.
Revelations is the worst one, easily.
But the
I
ending's
forgot.
so
I
good
don't
in
even know what
Revelations.
happens in Brotherhood or Revelation.
True. But I just thought it was like
Overall, as a game, it was mediocre. Yep.
They like had
I
the same
didn't
gameplay formula for like 3 games in a row.
They
By
kept
the
it
way,
for
I
the
thought
whole
I thought I muted my mic when I went to go talk to my sister, and I realized I
Yeah,
didn't.
no, you didn't. You didn't.
You did it.
I thought I did.
But that's
But
okay.
just
That's
spit
fine.
it out.
It's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, Assassin's
Things
Creed's
happen.
overrated as all. Fuck, Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
it
you want to
is,
talk about a
it
game that's
is overrated.
clunky? Oh, Jesus. And the fact that gameplay is the focus clearly in that game and it's clunky is all shit. Jesus. I don't get why it's so praised. Like, fuck. I mean, 4 is a great game, yeah. 2's overrated as all shit. Jesus.
No,
I
what do you mean? 2 is amazing.
fucking hate that game.
I
1,
love
it's
2.
clunky as all shit.
What?
2, it looks
Blue, get
bland
the
as
heck
all
out.
shit. The fucking I'm not talking about graphic fidelity because it's fucking
Blue, I think you have a
2008.
bad taste. I think you have a bad taste in games, honestly.
God.
2 is not overrated. Come on.
is this some damage control you're coming up with here, Brandon? Is this some damage control? Do I sense
thought
damage
2 was
control?
I thought
Trying
2
to
was
trigger it,
amazing.
calm down. Assassin's Creed 2 is amazing. If you didn't
2
play
had
it,
so many like
when did
epic
you
moments.
when did you play Assassin's Creed 2? When did you play it, Blue?
I got the fucking platinum trophy in it.
When did you get into the game?
About let me see. 3 years ago? 2 years ago? 3 years
Yeah,
ago?
no way. You can't play that 2014, 2013.
I played it
played
2012.
You can pick
I
up a
played
game in any
2012.
no bullshit argument. You can pick up any game from any fucking era except the
Mm.
original Tomb Raiders and fucking play them and still have just
Matt
as
put
much
Assassin's Creed
enjoyment.
2 on the map. Yeah, I know. I could see what you're talking about, but still.
No,
that game-
Assassin's Creed 2, right? Let me just look at this. Assassin's Creed 2, right? In terms of gameplay, the whole Assassin's Creed franchise is just so bad because
Assassin's
it's
Creed
so
2 is so
clunky.
good. The memories in that game.
No, a few of them are okay. I think you're being a little bit hated or hating on the.
No, they're so clunky.
No, but okay. I will say that like
Assassin's Creed 2
there
is better
are
than Witcher
a few of
3.
them- There are a few of them that
Shut
like
the
haven't
fuck
really that
up.
good.
No way.
Facts.
No, man, number 2 and
No.
4, those are like awesome.
4's
2,
good.
3, and
4's the
4 are
best in
good.
series.
3
4's
is
the
not
best.
Yeah.
good. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Is garbage.
Yeah, just to give you more
Three
insight into
hours,
Casual
three
Jake,
hours.
he
Okay,
thinks
even
it
even
falls away.
Assassin's Creed 2 had a good story.
3 had a
Or
good.
well, like
three
not
had a
not like a
good
great story, but like still decent.
That's the thing, though.
Really?
Assassin's Creed 2, the story is good. Good, we all agree on that. That's the only thing it's got
Okay.
going for it. Gameplay, it's shit. Fucking, look, I'm not talking about graphics for
Yeah, if you play it in
the color palette.
2013, it's
Wasn't the
gonna be
gameplay
crap.
okay back?
What'd you say?
Assassin's Creed 2 had
Okay,
good
but that being
gameplay.
said,
compared to
Assassin's
one.
Creed gameplay never really has changed.
Assassin's Creed 1 to 2 is like Watch Dogs 1 to 2. They're both phenomenal jumps.
It's a
I
big
thought-
jump.
well,
for
I think-
Assassin's Creed, but
one
that's the
is a bit
thing.
repetitive.
Assassin's Creed 1 wasn't at all in any way, shape, or form good in terms of gameplay
No,
mechanics. So it's
Assassin's
not like
Creed 1 sucked ass.
It was
it's
so
sucked
repetitive.
dick.
Yeah,
Three
well, I don't
sucked
think it was a
dick.
bad game. It was just like it got a bit repetitive.
Unity sucked dick. Two's mediocre. It is not one of the highlights of the PS3 generation in any
I don't
sense.
really. How?
No, because let's just dissect it right. Gameplay, shit. Story,
It wasn't. Yeah.
it was, dude. It was so clunky. You're fucking trying to go up, and he's going fucking sideways. You can't jump. You gotta hold R1 to run.
Well, I can relate all of that to Horizon as well, by the way.
Oh
Shut
shit, no.
What?
Fuck off, dude.
Shut up, dude.
I'm
Shut
kidding. I
up.
forgot to mention, since I wasn't here, the game that I've been playing this week has been Horizon. Actually, I really like the photo.
That's how many hours you got?
mode
How many
feature.
hours you got now?
Yeah.
How many hours do you have?
I'd
100.
say around maybe 5, around 5,
Bro,
6.
That's it.
Maybe less than that. Less than that though. I went on that first tall head thing. Those like big robot
Yeah.
stuff.
Tonics.
Yeah.
Those things are
whatever.
awesome,
Yeah.
man. It's so awesome to
Yeah,
climb.
they are, and it's so
Yeah,
cool
they're better
when
than
you like.
Ubisoft's freaking towers.
Yeah, when you grapple down, like using photo mode is just pretty cool. Yeah.
The game's gorgeous. But no,
Anyways.
Assassin's Creed 2, it's like, if you look at gameplay, it's clunky as all shit. If you look at story, it's good, but that's what's holding the rest of the game up. If you look at, I mean, even the world itself, it's just, it got crowds right. Yeah, it did. I'm not ever going to deny that. But the game's not nice to look at in any regard whatsoever. I get it. It came out in what? It was 2009, wasn't it?
Yep.
Because it was
AC2, right? Are you talking about AC2?
Yeah, AC2.
Yeah, 2009. It was.
Yeah, it
AC1
was
came out
2009, right? I'm not saying in
2007,
terms of
and
graphic.
then-
In
And
terms
then
of graphical
AC2
fidelity, that it had to be in it and good because it's a 2009 game. But in terms of the fucking color palette, I'm not saying everything has to jump out at you, but this game was just,
Oh wait, right.
it was grey and brown and
Alright,
fucking. Oh, it was so uninspired in terms of the color palette. So it was just ugly to look at. So even if they got crowd right, I didn't really care because it was such a gloomy city. It was such, and the fact that I was getting pissed off repeatedly with the shit gameplay controls. The story held the game up, but that's all it's got going for it. Because the only other aspect you can really praise is how it runs, which is to say, it ran good. I don't remember it dropping much, so it ran good. The graphical fidelity is, I can't really rate it because it's a 2008 game. For 2009, and for 2009 it came out the same year as Uncharted 2. Let's put those two games fucking side
Oh,
by
yeah,
side.
that's
Again, one's a
true,
linear
that's
game,
true.
but
You want to
still.
compare them?
Yeah, but it's an open world game.
Yeah, but no, but
Yeah,
you can still
it's
compare
another-
graphical fidelity in any type of 3D game, regardless if
Alright,
it's linear or open world. In terms of what the details that the game has to go into, yeah, that you can't really, because the open world game is not going to have as much detail as Uncharted 2. But in terms of basic graphical fidelity, in terms of how it looks, they're so different. One's so nice to look at while the other isn't. Yeah, in terms of details, of course, 2 is going to look better as Uncharted 2. But if you look at everything else, it's only got story going for it, and that's it. Like, nothing else.
Yet it's still more interesting than The Witcher 3.
I knew you were going to say that.
Burn. What a
You were going to say
burn.
that.
I love that game a lot.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
Justin,
not-
you
yeah,
never
me
played
too.
it
I love
with
AC2.
Leonardo, or
I had so many memories.
Yeah.
Like I can
Yeah.
still think of so many like awesome moments in AC2 that happened. Like I think the
Great.
part that I remember the most is when you get like that wingsuit thing from Leonardo
Yeah,
da Vinci
yeah,
and you're like
the
flying
controlled
across.
like
That was
shit.
awesome.
That
Yeah,
was
man,
so
it
much
was so
fun.
much fun to play though.
Yeah, it was fun, but it controlled like shit. And if I'm not mistaken, that used inverted controls.
Yeah, I think it did. I will agree on that part.
fuck,
It was a
and then
bit like
you had to fly
it
over
was hard to
fireplaces.
control at first.
You had to fly over fireplaces to get like
Yeah,
because
to
it
keep up,
boosted
to
your
keep up
didn't
in the
it? 'Cause
air.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It was so
Jesus,
cool.
I remember that bit controlling like a piece of shit. I had to replay that section like 15 times. Oh my god. But the story's good.
I think I did like 5 times around.
Well, I mean, and that was the one where after that game, you would think the story would just. That's when they decided to go annual because of the success of Assassin's Creed 2, which is why I
Yeah.
hate it even more. Because
'cause
it's the
they-
reason
yeah.
we get so many fucking games. Because of the success of it. I mean, that's not the fault of the game itself, but I hate Assassin's Creed 2. It's like Skyrim. It's like, why does everyone praise that game to shit? I don't get it.
Yeah, I can't really say a whole lot because I haven't beaten Assassin's Creed 2. I play a bit of it.
I don't blame you.
No, no. I will say it's definitely very clunky, and I maybe could say it's slightly overrated, but it isn't a game that screams out to me as being like completely mediocre. I think, I don't know. Maybe that's just because of the fact that maybe because I haven't played the whole game, I haven't really uncovered how like
I
repetitive
mean, like,
or
I feel like none of the Assassin's Creed games are necessarily like actually bad. They're still decent games. but-
I think one can be considered like a really well, not a really bad game at all.
Which one?
because
Number one? The first one?
Yeah, the first one. The first one can be considered like a fucking
And AC1
really
is the only one I
mediocre
never
game, like a
finished.
low mediocre game.
That's the only one I didn't finish.
Mm. I don't know. I don't really like
Yeah,
it.
I
That's
mean,
why I
I'm
love
not-
Black Flag. I mean, I get it. Black Flag's 2013. It's gonna look. It's gonna have better
I love
graphical fidelity. I understand that, but
I
in
love
terms of
Black
color
Flag.
palette, Jesus.
I thought Black Flag was amazing.
Black Flag was
just to
great.
give you
Well,
an
that's like that's everybody's favorite is usually around 2 or 4.
yeah.
Mm.
Apart
Yeah,
from casual
Black
Jake,
Flag
he
is
hates
actually
4.
really fun.
Because it was a pirate. Everyone
bro,
thought it was a
Black
pirate game
It
rather
was
than Assassin's Creed.
innovating. It was innovating. That's the
Yeah,
one
no,
thing the
it's-
series needed. That's why everybody
Yeah,
loved
exactly.
it, and it worked well.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, no, but then there was like
Yeah.
the diehard Assassin's Creed fans that thought that like it wasn't a real Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed entry.
like my friend Casual Jake, he hates Assassin's Creed 4. He actually thinks it's a bad game. He actually thinks it's like a 3 out of 10 game.
I could see that though, because like if you're not if you like, I mean, you
Yeah.
really had to like the pirate sections in Assassin's Creed 3 to really like 4.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know for like, example, my dad hated like those controls, so he didn't care for 4. But to me, it felt different. It felt more like different. The way you had to encounter battles about getting your ship.
I
into
thought
certain
I actually liked it better than
areas
it
of
was
Ganon,
before,
making
to
sure
be
you get out of
honest.
there quickly. What?
I like the like you know how in Assassin's Creed 3 they changed up like the mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually preferred that as opposed to like AC2 Brotherhood and Revelations. Because wasn't in like Revelations you had like hold R1 and square to counter, something like that.
I, have no
Oh,
clue. I remember you had to
so-
hold some R button while you press it. It was so
Yeah,
stupid.
exactly. Like and then you can like grab them or something and you like click what was it? Click X to like break their defense or something. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
That's it. Well, I can't think of any other overrated games really.
Yeah. I
Not
can't
to
think
me,
of one
from
topic that we didn't mention though.
What?
The
News
COD
of the week.
series.
Cobb.
We did.
No, COD.
Cobb.
We talked about
Quentin,
God,
he
God,
finally
yes.
did it, people. He finally left Naughty Dog.
Oh, come on.
Oh
Quentin
yes.
Cobb. Quentin Cobb.
Quentin
Wait,
Cobb.
did
Wow.
you guys
Is he
The
discuss
really
Q
gonna
that
say
train
this
has
segment?
derailed, my
Jesus
friends.
Christ.
Have you guys discussed that already or no?
Nope.
No, we haven't.
No, eh?
Yeah, we waited for you. Don't worry, man.
Fuck Cobb is deluded. He's
We
fucking
wanted to listen to your biblical praisings of Quentin Cobb and his Q train.
Well, no, I just kind of you have to have perspective, right? Because he's
He
not
lied
even,
about
he's
when he
not even-
developed.
He
on the game.
lied. He's a flat out liar. He's been
Oh, I don't know about any
exposed
of
as a
that. I don't know
liar.
about- I don't know about
He
all that.
lied.
He worked on the
Clear
Uncharted 4
evidence that
He
Yeah.
multiplayer.
flat out lied, Jaden. The evidence is right there. You
Well,
cannot
perhaps,
defend this man.
Perhaps he was
Put
playing
one,
all
two
of you
together.
guys.
I very
No,
much
no.
doubt
Why
he
would the
was.
developer be playing with the time he developed on a game?
Well, look at Robert.
You're clutching at
Cogburn
straws
with
here,
his,
Jaden. You're
with his
clutching.
polls. You never know. A lot of people are questioning whether he's being honest about that or not, right? So maybe
Which,
he was
Cobb
just
was
throwing off
defending
a few
himself.
about the polls on Twitter that he.
His polls. You're talking about
Yeah,
Robert
no, but,
Cogburn.
like, yeah, but a lot of people have been saying like, is this
That was
guy
a joke,
serious? Like they're questioning whether or not his polls are genuine or not, right? Like
Okay,
maybe
what does
you
that have
can-
to do with? What does that have to do
you
with
can
this?
argue that.
Yeah,
you can argue
He's
that
going off
Quentin was
topic
doing-
because he knows
No, no,
Quentin
no,
Cobb
no,
has
no,
been
no, you
exposed
can-
as a
you can-
liar.
No, listen.
He's going
listen,
off
you can-
topic,
you-
people.
Listen, you can relate that to Quentin. Perhaps he was doing the exact same thing, and I don't know if
No,
he's
he
lying.
wasn't.
Like I
To
haven't
both
seen
I don't
any.
think so.
I don't know much
I'm
about-
pretty
I
sure
don't
he
know
has
about
been
much-
lying, bro. He's been
I mean, to
lying.
me, I'm gonna still
Yeah, no,
respect him.
I'm not saying he hasn't. I don't know about that. Like I haven't seen any of those instances.
There's
where
the
he's lied
evidence.
to his
There's the
fans or
evidence,
anything.
bro. I have
Well,
even
no, I
seen
don't
the
need to get
tweets.
involved
I
with that.
remember him
That doesn't-
tweeting them out.
That doesn't change my opinion, because a lot of people have been putting him on blast and saying, "Oh, thank God he's gone." Like there's been
Yeah,
thousands, I
well-
mean not thousands, hundreds of comments, disrespectful comments, I'd say, and you just kind of have to again perspective because he even stated that he's not even the lead. Like the developers, the multiplayer developers come up with like a decision altogether. I work for a living, right? Like I do have a part-time job, I mean, and even at our workplace, we come up and we decide on how we're going to approach the day, to make sure it's the most efficient, and quality, result that we can get. And the same thing with Naughty Dog and any other jobs. You can't just put, insult the guy. I mean, you can have your parodies and whatever. I just won't agree with them, obviously, and I have, and I'm pretty vocal about that. So I just don't think he should be have gotten the disrespectful reception
I
for
mean, he's
resigning
disrespectful
from
to the
Naughty Dog.
fans. That's in
Yeah.
general
Yeah, you
blocking.
can argue
Like,
that.
that's how you
Sure,
treat
sure. But
fans.
two wrongs,
Like,
but
I don't
listen,
see how
two
he
wrongs don't make a right.
respect
Two
doing
wrongs
that.
do not make a right, right? So
And if someone makes
Come
it
on.
wrong, you can criticize them on it. He blocked
Yeah,
people for
exactly.
criticizing
Yeah.
his work, and he fucking
yeah, well,
lied
I
through
mean,
his teeth.
I mean,
Come on.
well, in terms of in terms of the lying stuff, like I don't
Basically,
appreciate that,
what
whether
happened,
he has or hasn't,
he
right?
tweeted that he worked on Uncharted
Okay.
4's multiplayer just after The Last of Us. A few months later, he tweeted that when everyone started criticizing the multiplayer, he tweeted that he only started working on it post Uncharted 4. Barefaced lying about when he's developed the game.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what happened. That's why
Perhaps.
everyone calls him.
I don't know. I don't, you
Perhaps
can't
he
justify,
tweeted it out.
You can't justify his honesty through tweets. Come on.
What?
Like,
fucking can't.
you know what I
Jaden,
mean? Like, look at
Jaden,
Donald
stop
Trump
sucking his
and
cock,
stuff,
man.
right?
He
Like,
clearly
it's
tweeted this out as facts.
No,
Oh
look,
my
listen.
God.
Stop
you
sucking
have
that
to
dick,
have
bro. I can
respect.
see
You
that
can't
Quentin Cobb
just-
poster in the
This is right
background,
there.
mate.
You can't. Okay, in terms of the whole blocking thing, like that is maybe that's his own subjective way in dealing with feedback. You
Yeah,
never
sure.
know. Like
Okay.
Sure.
you can't criticize him over him blocking other people for giving
Man, we're
feedback.
trying to
Like,
make that.
that's
We
his
want.
own
Okay,
subjective.
dude, listen. Like, we want all the Uncharted fans. What we want is the game to be the best it can be, right?
Right.
We're
We're
Sure.
trying to give criticism, or not even criticism. Well, yeah, criticisms and feedback.
Uh-huh.
And this guy blocks people
But
immediately
even
for that.
but it's just when because I've noticed, I know the community for the I have spent a lot of time with the Uncharted multiplayer, and I know that there is a lot of the multiplayer. There's like it's half. Like there's the nice peaceful ones, and then there's the so much the opposite of that, right? And a lot of the times people like even Robin made a video, and I'm not saying like he disrespected Cobb or anything like that, but he has put the multiplayer team on blast a few times, and I just think it's the way we as a community project ourselves, because you have people like Sancho West, who is very respectful towards multiplayer, who does indeed send out his feedback, but he does it in a very calm and respectful manner. And I'm not saying that everyone has to be calm and respectful about it. It's just there is a turning point, because like if I'm working on a game and I'm getting like this like I'm being bombarded by a whole bunch of feedback and stuff, like eventually it gets frustrating, and especially when you announce something that you created in the game alongside other people in the multiplayer, and people put you on blast saying, oh, you just ruined the multiplayer. Like I would block that person, like hands down, right? You know what I mean? So
Nobody was blocking people who were just criticizing because
Yeah,
the thing
which-
is,
which,
as a
I mean,
developer, as a
again,
developer,
that's-
you've got to be open-minded.
Yeah.
Because if someone's
like, I
if your
actually-
product's going on the market, it is up for criticism the second
it is.
it goes out. And the thing is,
Uh-huh.
Cobb was blocking people who were just innocently criticizing them and just giving feedback. He
Right,
shouldn't be
sure,
looking at and
sure.
thinking. Of course, if you get overwhelmed by feedback, you're going to be like, okay, which do I take seriously? But he shouldn't have blocked people. He should have stayed open-minded, looked at the criticism, read it, and then look at the way people criticize it. People criticizing, well, this is shit. Don't listen to that criticism, but don't block the guy.
Yeah.
Listen to the guy who's writing
Sure.
paragraphs about why he thinks a certain thing is poor. Look at Neil Druckmann. Neil Druckmann got completely called out by a fan on Twitter who said, keep your political bullshit out of my next game, which is an insult. Neil Druckmann didn't block the guy. He replied to him saying, I'm sorry, I can't do that. We as developers like to implement our creative ideas into our games. That is such a respectful
But
way of
everyone's
dealing with
different.
heavy criticism.
Everyone's different. Like everyone has their own way.
By the way,
of
Jaden,
approaching
you're
feedback.
you're saying that two wrongs don't make a right. So if they're being disrespectful and they're making a wrong, and then he's also doing a wrong, wouldn't that be
So you're
doing
just
two
letting them
wrongs?
get away with
No,
it?
Yeah,
no, that's
Jane.
not a wrong. Blocking somebody isn't a wrong. Like I've had
How is
many
that not being
times
wrong?
where that's not wrong necessarily. Like
I mean,
I
they're being
understand what
fast.
It
Blue-
is when a person is
No, Blue,
giving
I understand
logical
what you're saying about,
reasoning
like,
for
how
their.
when people put something on the market that they have to be, or they should be willing to be open about what they've produced, but they're not. It's not like this. It's not. They don't have to be forced to listen. They don't have to. None of that, applies, because they have their own right to do whatever they want to do. And I'm not in any way saying that I agree necessarily with Quentin blocking people, but I don't think that he should be. And I guess like insulted because of it, or criticized, or his personality or his character should not be criticized based off of something he's done on fucking social media. That's just absolutely ridiculous. And going back to the tweet things like that, come on, you can't justify somebody's dishonesty based off of two tweets. Like, come on.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
but he
thing
straight up lied.
It's
he
not like
straight
it
up
was a
lied,
little,
Jaden.
like,
Look
super
at it however
little
you
part.
fucking
It's
want. He
different-
tweeted that, therefore he
listen,
lied.
listen. It's different is if he went onto a live stream and said one thing and then the next he said another. That's completely different, and I would have no respect for him
Why?
in that aspect.
It's a
But
different
like,
platform.
it's Twitter.
Thoughts.
We're writing
Twitter, you
messages to
post your
people.
thoughts. Yeah,
Like,
you post your
yeah, but
thoughts.
like, but it doesn't have to be honest thoughts, Brendan. Come on.
Jaden,
What?
you're just trying to make up
He was-
excuses
he
as to
wasn't joking
why
around,
you
Jaden.
still have this perfect image of Quentin. That's all you're doing.
I
You're
don't
trying to
have any
grasp
perfect
onto
images of
any
him. It's just, I feel
evidence you
like-
have that he's a
I
good.
feel like I feel like it's almost like a misinterpreting thing because like I went on to Robin's stream and I've heard like there's been instances where he has blocked people based off of them giving their feedback, and then I kind of felt like a part of the crowd. Like I kind of went on with people, kind of like mocked him in a way, and I felt really bad because it's like at the same time, like he is just one individual. Maybe he's made. You guys agree that he's made a mistake. He's blocked people for feedback, whatever.
Yeah, but I think his mistakes have gone back like even way before Uncharted 4.
Well, I would need proof of that, right? Obviously, and even then, people make mistakes
Well,
in
I think
general. Like,
before then it like was mainly due to like the fact that like the things that he added to like Last of Us or something, right?
him.
Well, like
himself,
didn't he
'cause
create like the tactical shotgun?
Oh
and
my
I love the
god!
tactical
He was
shotgun.
one unbalanced.
I
Oh,
love
Yeah.
you're one
using
of
the
those people
tactical
that use the
shotgun.
tactical
Just because you
Like-
love using shitty weapons, Jaden, because you're shit at the
Uh-huh.
multiplayer.
Oh come on! Oh, you trust me.
You
You,
need
haven't
you need
seen
the
how I
tactical
play.
shotgun
Yeah.
to do good in the Last of Us multiplayer or something.
No, I use the bow actually, but like
1v1
I
on
know I
one
get what you're
Dan.
saying, but like it's a group decision. You guys keep acting like he's one person who
Yeah, but the
worked
thing
on
but
is,
he
from
also
what
said
I've
that
heard, he
he's
was
the
the
one that
person who
created the
came up with the
sidekick.
idea of
Oh,
adding
yeah,
that weapon into the game. Therefore, if
can't
it's
say
his
that.
thoughts, then yeah.
Okay, so here are some of his tweets because obviously I respect this dude. So he was
suck his
saying
dick?
like
that
he's
like-
had many great moments in The Last of Us, and he said this.
Okay, well,
The
obviously he didn't say
hilarious
that.
thing, the hilarious thing is I'm not even a lead. I didn't make any decisions about design myself. Everything was done as a group basically. And
That contradicts him saying the fact that he invented sidekicks. That contradicts
Yeah.
that.
Well, no, but you can invent something. That doesn't mean like that you were. No, you're wrong, Blue. Like just because I created something doesn't
reread
mean.
that tweet again, please. Just reread it.
Yeah, sure. The hilarious thing is I'm not a lead. I didn't make any decisions about design myself. Everything was done as a group. Yeah.
So he would. So he.
So like,
claimed-
although maybe he
I
made
remember
up
reading a
you
tweet that
know-
him saying he made the sidekicks. He's like, yes,
did?
I made the
He-
sidekicks.
that was
Yeah.
his
And then he's
exact-
like, the sidekicks are here to stay.
Yeah, but
I-
that
and, like, I
but that
agreed with
doesn't
him or
mean
something.
no, but like that doesn't mean that they didn't all decide on implementing that into their game though. You know what I mean?
No, I
Like,
know, but Robert Cobb's basically just as deluded because he's putting out polls on Twitter asking if people want
Uh-huh.
sidekicks in classic mode. The
Mhm.
both of them are fucking deluded, but the thing is, Cobb was one of the big roles. That's why people talk about him. He is one of the lead roles. Robert was the lead. He was one of them who worked on the design of Uncharted 4's multiplayer. And the reason that tweet that you've just read out contradicts everything he says is because his tweets were, I made the sidekick, so I think they're awesome. Blatantly saying I'm not going to be open to criticism. And then, so he's basically admitting there and then he
Well-
worked on sidekicks. That is a design. That is one of the big implementations of Uncharted 4's multiplayer. So he did work on that. He admitted that. And
right,
then in
like
that,
he helped
that looking back
create.
tweet, he's just said he never worked on it.
Well, okay, so there's a tweet where he says, "I haven't worked on the sidekicks at all." Is there like a hard, solid tweet that he said that? Right? Is there? Like, I'm asking you guys this question.
No.
Well, if there is, then he
Okay.
contradicts himself because he said he worked on
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Which would be true, except for the fact that this is on Twitter. Apart from the fact that that's on
think that's
Twitter,
bullshit.
right?
Doesn't matter,
That's
Jaden.
bullshit, Jaden.
Because-
That's
no,
a
no,
bullshit
like, no,
excuse.
no,
That's
no,
fucking
it's not
bullshit.
BS. It's not BS.
It
You
is
have to be
BS,
open-minded
mate.
about
No,
this,
but here's
right?
because it's on Twitter. He
That's
said
probably
it.
worse. That's probably
Yeah,
worse. But the thing is, wait, in real life, if he was to say something like, say something out the blue just on an impulse, that would be like, okay, maybe he just didn't mean to say it. He said it in
Right.
the edge of the moment.
Right.
On Twitter, he's got to think about what he's typing. So
Yeah,
if
and he
he's
typed it
openly
out.
putting that up on,
And he
on
skipped it
public
up.
social media,
Donald
then he
J.
must have
Trump,
thought about
does-
what he said.
who tweets all sorts of nonsense on Twitter. Like, come on, you
Yeah.
can't. Like, I know what you're saying. Like, I agree with you to some degree, but like, that's not entirely true. And I just don't think it makes any sense to say that because he said something on Twitter's and then the next few months later he said it that kind of contradicts the tweet.
No,
That
it
doesn't
doesn't
mean
kinda.
that
It
doesn't
doesn't kinda.
justify.
It
It
completely.
it completely
Whatever,
does,
whatever,
Jaden.
it doesn't matter.
Jaden,
But like that
Jaden,
doesn't
Jaden.
justify like that doesn't mean it's all true. Like there's all sorts of dishonesties on social media and Twitter in general.
That's just.
And the
trying to-
reason
That's a
why I'm
bullshit
heavily
excuse, Jaden. It's a
the reason why
bullshit
I'm heavily
excuse.
defending them is because I'm gonna not it's because
I'm an
like you have to
aspiring
have
game
Always
perspective
developer.
defend
and you
Naughty
have
Dog
to
for their
be
I'm an
sympathetic
aspiring
with
game
people, right?
developer.
You can't just judge him based off of something that he's
They're human.
something so stupid. Yeah, exactly.
No,
They
but
are. Everyone
we
makes
don't just
mistakes
judge him
anyway.
based off of that though.
Yeah, but like and then some
It's like
people
a
are
combination of
judging.
all
If
Some
you want
people
to
do
praise all
general.
over
game
the
developers
years.
and you're not going to give them any criticisms, then what's the incentive? The incentive for them to make a good game if they're just going to get a pass anyway.
Wait. Can you repeat that again? Because your mic
If
kind
you're
of.
just going to keep defending Naughty Dog and keep giving
Uh-huh.
Quentin a pass and just keep giving everybody at Naughty
No,
Dog a pass,
I
never
don't
giving
think
them
I'm
any
giving anyone a
criticisms,
pass.
then what's
You
the
are,
incentive
though.
I'm
to make a
willing.
good game? What's
No,
the
I'm not.
incentive?
I'm just willing to because I've made this extremely clear in some of my videos, which I'm sure none of you've watched because whatever. Um, I've made several videos in which I've hated the certain aspects of the multiplayer. I can't stand the sidekicks. I wish they would just be on like team deathmatch or something, and then all the other game modes have none of them. The mysticals I'm fine with, to be honest with you, but the sidekicks I can't stand. The downing system's all right. There's certain elements to the multiplayer that I heavily disagree with, but you have to. I'm not gonna put them on blast over something. You know what I mean? Like there's two. Like I have two opposing sides. Like I do. I'm very reasonable. Like I'm. It's not like I haven't criticized the multiplayer or some of the games. Like the first. Hold on. I'm gonna refer back to a tweet. Hold on. Okay. Just
Oh
give me a
my
second.
fucking god.
Yeah. It's on my it's pinned onto my Twitter page. So here it goes: at Naughty Dog, at Robert Cogburn, at Bad Data or Data, which is Anthony
Can
Newman,
we please have a
designer,
leveling
at
system?
Robin Gaming. Now I actually did this for I didn't want to tag Quentin Cobb because I did have that misleading fear that he would block me.
probably
But
would've.
here's what I said. Despite how amazing the Uncharted 4 multiplayer is, I think adding a leveling system will be worth it. Please, it got 99 likes and 38 retweets. So
That's 'cause
there's
you
been
asked a
instances
lot of
where I
people
have.
to.
Retweet
What?
it. You even asked me.
Oh come on!
You
Like
asked
I
me.
asked like you and you. I didn't ask a lot. I no. I asked like 3 people.
Right, and it led to
I mean, I
99.
tagged please. Yeah, 99 likes. That is. I think it has like 10,000 impressions. Anyways, it doesn't matter how many impressions it has. It worked, and it wasn't only that video. I've made a video saying, at Naughty Dog, please implement a leveling system. After I spoke to Robert Cogburn and Vineet Argawal when the game first launched with a few of my online friends, I'm like, look, one thing that I really wish you guys would add is a leveling system. And they were so shocked to see that people really wanted it because they didn't think they did. And so they
So you got
figured,
leveling
hey,
systems.
let's
But
listen.
they still
so they
fucked
listened,
up by
right?
making the leveling
We have
system
you
essentially
today.
private.
Do we have
Sorry?
you today?
They still messed
I'm
up by
sorry?
making the leveling system private though, because I mean,
Yeah,
nobody
I
in a
agree.
public match
I
is going to
can't
see
stand the
that out
fact
of the
that it's
fear that
private.
it's like,
But they
oh,
do have their reasons for it, and I do agree with it. But like I do, I side with the people who think that they should not be private. I do with in that.
Why would it be private? That's the whole point of the leveling system.
Yeah, well,
guys.
no,
They want people to quit
there's
out.
reasons for it. There's reasons for it. They said that
Like
they
what?
didn't want
Like
people, like
To quit
I
out of a
guess
match because you're higher levels than them.
yeah, exactly. That kind of it kind of slows down the matchmaking process, right? Because if you
yeah.
know what
That's what
So
they
why
also
don't
said
you just
after
do?
voting them out.
So
there's
What,
been
10
moments.
seconds?
Well, they had you see they tested the waters for like Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 3 and The Last of Us. They just kind of tested the waters in those games. I don't know what they were doing
Yeah,
with
but they have
that.
map
but yeah.
voting in all their multiplayer games until this one. And now it's like no map.
Yeah,
voting,
well,
just-
no, I mean, map voting would be cool, but like, again, it increases the time spent on matchmaking
That's 'cause
rather
they
than
don't have good servers.
Oh, you can argue that. Yeah, sure, maybe they don't, and I
No,
think
it's a
Naughty Dog.
fact.
Well, you don't know that, but let's say
What do you
okay, let's say
mean?
they do. Let's say they
You
do.
always
Like
hit the plug, but okay.
I definitely, yeah, that's
I might
true. I
just
definitely think
skip
that
this
Naughty
on my
Dog should
podcast.
invest in Naughty Dog should definitely invest in that. I don't know why they haven't. I don't know what's holding them back from doing so. I think
Because
they should.
multiplayer is
Again,
not the focus.
okay, sure, whatever.
All
Okay,
right. Well,
like,
everything's like resources and stuff. So
yeah, that's true.
But your argument was that you were trying to stick up for Cobb, but the reason that people are putting him on blast, I don't agree with the fact that he's getting attacks on his on a page.
Like death
I'm gonna
threats
sit here
and
say
stuff like
Cobb's a dickhead or something like that. But the thing is, that's a vocal minority in comparison to the people that just want to criticize the game, and the people that are criticizing have valid criticisms. Clearly, they implemented the leveling system because there was an overwhelming majority of people that wanted that, and in the end, they just had
Correct.
to do it. They had to.
Correct.
But the thing is with Cobb is that he's handling different things that's why he's getting put on blast is the way he approaches certain circumstances. And it's not to say Robert Cogburn doesn't get criticized in the same way, because it's fucking ridiculous poll tweets about do people want mysticals and fucking sidekicks in Classic. That's the point of Classic. I think the whole team is pretty much delusional. But the thing about Cobb is that there's too many instances where he's not listening, or he's given us a reason to put him on blast. Maybe not on a personal level, but definitely from a critical standpoint, because the way he's approaching it is he's blocking people who are criticizing, which he should never do as a developer. No one should do that. They should always be open to criticism. Of course, if you're getting attacked on a personal level, go for it, block away, do whatever you want. But he should be open to criticism. And the thing is, he's constantly contradicting himself. So that tweet you read out was a direct contradiction of him saying, one, he's not working on the design of Uncharted 4, and then another one where he said, well, I made the sidekicks, so I think they're awesome. Both that's wrong in the sense that he's in denial and he doesn't want to be open to criticism, and two, he's blatantly contradicting himself again, because he's contradicting himself in the past, and that's why he's getting put on blast. Not because he's a knobhead or because he's an asshole. He's actually a pretty innocent guy, but it's the way he's going about dealing with criticism as a developer is exactly why he's being put on blast. Not because he's an asshole. And I don't agree with the personal attacks, but that's a very small vocal minority in comparison to those people who want to critique the game like us five.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail in that aspect of it, because I'm making a game with my friends and I, and it sounds I guess in some way far-fetched, but it doesn't matter. We are creating a game together, and in some cases I haven't been quite open about certain, like somebody criticized something that I wanted to implement into the game, or this style that we were reaching for, and he's like, no, we shouldn't have that. And I was like, you know what? And I wasn't willing to accept that until he kind of gave me reasons to why it was. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're probably right. Creating all these assets and objects for this open world game that we were planning on creating would be too difficult. So we went for like a more linear game. Yeah. So I agree. Like, I'm like that too. Like what you're saying about Quentin Cobb, like I do in some cases where the feedback is so, it's like, like you're so proud about something that you've created, and people dislike it so differently. Like you kind of say things, and so yeah, I do agree.
What?
Jaden's dead. I think Quentin Cobb shoved his dick in Jaden's mouth and he's not speaking. Jaden? Oh, I think he saw Quentin Cobb and he fainted.
We end it here.
Jaden saw Quentin and he fainted.
I think we've been going on for quite a while, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin, you can do the honors.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, we've been going on for quite a while. I think it's like an hour and a half around now. So.
An hour and 45 minutes I got on mine.
Damn, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's a good time to wrap it up, anyways. So Jaden's back now, but.
Wait, can you guys not hear me? I was talking.
No.
That's an audio shot. Did you say that? Oh.
Yeah, but Jaden, basically, okay, if you have any concluding thoughts, because we want to wrap it up, so.
Well, what I was saying is,
no.
Wait, so you guys didn't hear me this entire time? Wait, I'm so confused. Wait, just answer my question. You guys didn't hear what I was saying?
Jaden's mom, please unplug his router.
Yeah.
I was trying to. Okay, let me just summarize it a bit. So what I was saying is, I can relate to Quentin Cobb.
Because you get tons of hate on your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
No, that's not what I meant to say. That's not what I meant to
say. Because he gets hate on his V Starks videos.
What Blue said is correct, because sometimes you create something and you're not so open, you're not willing to hear the feedback, in which you kind of like say, no, I like that idea. And and then I related back to me and my friends creating a game in which we wanted to do this open world game, and somebody said, no, that's not a good idea, and I wasn't willing to accept that until he gave me reasons to why we shouldn't do it, because of all the assets that we would have to create. And so we went for a linear game, and yeah, so I agree with what
we already heard that part, Jin.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
So is that it? That's all you got? All right.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Thank God for that.
Okay.
Yeah, Thank God for that.
Now. Yeah. Screw you too, Dan. Screw you too.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just because The Walking Dead sucks.
It doesn't.
Okay, let's not
Does
start
it?
this. Let's not start this again, please.
That's not gonna be
The
on.
Witcher 3 sucks.
Fuck you.
Oh god.
Jaden's
oh,
channel
God,
sucks.
Oh, God.
Wait, did somebody say dance channel sucks or?
Oh, don't worry. I'm happy if my
Shut up.
channel sucks because I know it. Because I, it's all right because I
Is
know.
a
no.
gaming copycat?
All right. Okay. That's good. That's enough. Okay. I'm gonna end this here now. Ready? All right. So
Awesome.
before we end this, I want to quickly announce something. All right. So right now it's April 29th of recording. So that means okay. So this is really depending on if we have an episode next week. But in case we don't, I just want to announce it here. So um starting on May the 13th, we're going to be doing our pre E3 coverage. So, of course, E3 takes place in June, like around June 14th or June 10th or whatever around there. So, we're going to be doing around like a month of E3 pre coverage where each week, instead of doing gaming at its core. So, basically, if we don't do gaming at its core next week, this is basically going to be the last episode of gaming at its core for a while at least because we're going to be
Until,
basically,
like, middle of June.
yeah, until
Yeah, like after E3,
the middle
won't
of
it? So
June.
we can like round up our thoughts, I guess. Like,
Yeah. So basically, every week before like the pre E3 coverage, each week we're gonna be releasing like 2 to 3 videos regarding E3 on different topics and stuff like that. So each video will be around like maybe like 20 to 30 minutes long. So basically, it'll be like a gaming at its core replacement, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, once again, if we have an episode next week, I'll basically like go more in depth about that. But yeah, just to let you guys know if we
Just
don't have an
FYI,
episode next
if
week.
somebody's
So.
still watching
Yeah.
after that long
So,
Jaden-
anyways, to all the people who might still be watching up to this point, thank you for watching. Check us out on SoundCloud because why not? And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, guys, or no?
Jaden's
Nope.
cheeky memes.
Go buy Edith Finch right now.
go buy FIFA 17, people.
Fuck off, Dan.
Don't worry, I'm going to ensure that FIFA
Go
18
support me
is
on
my
Patreon
first 20.
because that's the place to play.
No, be quiet, Jade.
I'm
You
just
got
gonna make.
zero
I'm just gonna make
Patreon.
this.
Go trash The Witcher 3.
Yep. No, I'm joking. It's awesome. But yeah, I've got nothing to say.
Alright, yep. So those are our final thoughts. If you're still watching up until this point, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll probably see you next week. But if not, we'll check you guys, or we'll see you guys next time, in the basically in the pre E3 coverage. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.
Farewell, farewell.
See
See
ya.
ya.